right, and we are, well, and we're live. Good morning, good afternoon, good evening, good night, wherever you are. My name is Makini, the artist and illustrator, and welcome you back to Makini Live Season 4's second Sunday of this season, and this is going to be the first color stream we're doing. So I still got to set everything up, so just hang on in a little bit, guys. But in the meantime, I want to I'll keep you guys entertained here as we're gonna have some fun today. And to just, if you guys want a quick guess of who we will be actually drawing, I'll give you a little I'll give you a little I'll give you a little preview. 1 second. Let me do this real quick. Sorry about that, guys, if I'm like all over the damn place, but let me see. There we go.
KOF 15.
Are you ready?
There you go. And yeah, that's what we're doing today. And back to my questions here to the screen. With me here is, of course, Bruce Lombardo and a recurrent guest, Sonny Brave Megatron. Sonny, how are you guys doing?
Hello.
Freaking all over the place right now. Still trying to get everything set up here.
Yeah.
So last minute. Yeah, we're doing it live, guys. We are doing it live.
We're doing it live.
And I don't care if this gets claimed. I'll have to edit it out. If it gets claimed, whatever.
Also today, I'd like to show this shirt that I got from angrycops.com.
Oh, what's this here? Okay, here we go. What you got?
Wuhan City.
Nice. All right. Sorry, guys. I'm just trying to share everything. I'm trying to see.
So spicy, but I got that from angrycops.com. Richard High is the guy that runs that YouTube channel. He's got a small store, nothing like what Makini 90's got, but he's got some real good spice if you guys like spice.
Ooh.
Yeah, good spice. It's from a military angle because the guy's a drill instructor for the U.S. Army.
That's great, man. That's great. And also, yes, a lot of people who don't know, yes, this is the weekend of Memorial Day. So if we can, show some love, especially if you get people who did serve, show some love to them. Always welcome. Anyway, how are you guys doing today? How's Stunning Brave? How you doing, my friend?
Good. Doing all right.
How was your stream earlier? Sorry if I couldn't catch the...
It was pretty good.
Okay.
Not many people showed up, but...
Are you still on with the Star Wars stuff all the way to the end of this?
Well, this is my last Star Wars stream for the month.
Right. So what you got planned for June?
I think June I'm going to be doing some Spider-Man related characters.
Ooh,
so
that's going to be fun.
Not this one that I'm working on, but...
Anyway, guys, thank you about this. Anyway, guys, thank you guys so much for stopping by. So I apologize if we're like all over the place because I still haven't set everything up, and we're like last minute.
Bruce, make me the Mandalorian from Fatal J. Let me. I'm pretty certain I got a figure here I could paint up like Mandalorian, my friend.
Really?
I'm pretty certain on this desk I've got a figure I could paint up like the Mandalorian.
Ooh.
I'm absolutely certain about that.
Okay then. One Mandalorian for Failed J, by the way. I will address the chat 1 second. Let me just turn on my camera. And then and they say, oh, where's my camera? There we go. Voila! There's my camera. Yes, we're going side. We're gonna do a little side profile for this one here. But here, hopefully you can see the best thing.
She looks better there.
No, a lot of people like the side cam. A lot of people I do have fans of the side camera view. So hopefully we got more people. Hopefully we can get some more people showing up here today as well. Just kind of, if not, we'll probably just keep it to the three of us. It's no problem, no worries here. But other than that, guys having some fun. Please share the stream out. We really appreciate it. Sorry if I'm like last minute. Probably should have set everything up a little beforehand. And special thanks, of course, to Culture Casino for letting me on Soul Culture Review again. And I know for anybody who's probably going to be popping over, if you got to do the CC raid, CC raid on my channel, I really appreciate that. You guys are incredible. So, let's say hi to the chat before we get started. All right, first up, we got a lot of people here. Okay, first up, Mr. Paul Patriot. Oh, hell yeah. Good looking Twilight women. Hell, Greek mythology. Let's get on that train, that grind train. I'm pushing hard on YouTube. Apollo,
Apollo,
this,
you missed my Twi'lek stream.
yeah, you missed his tweet. Apollo, this human right here, this mortal man is doing the same thing. We're all grinding. We all grinding. Sunny and Brave, our guest here with the fat red. Miss Lola Means Lola. Good to see you, sweetheart. Lola has a great channel who does her midnight Lola after midnight streams. Also does some other live streams with plenty of guests, plenty of people within CG. Had such a absolute fun time. We get to draw with a lot of great personalities. Good to see you here, Miss Lola. Happy to see you here. So, in other words, another person here, Mr. Fatal J. You were the first person to ever answer Bubblegum's question on the intros. See, Bubblegum tossed in the chat. Nobody responds. Let's see. Well, how was your weekend? Weekend's been good, Fatal. Oh, everybody's been good. Hope you're having a great weekend, Fatal. Guys, back Ninja Blast on Indiegogo. It will be. He will ship the books out at the end of June, which is next month. So close. We are so close.
4.5 weeks away.
Go. Bride's Day. Thank you, sir. Thank you. Thank you. Good to see you here. Hail, Prize Day. Thank you, Fail J. I appreciate that. Thank you for King of Fighters. Yes. Right now, everybody says King of Fighters stream. And of course, Fatal says, make me the Mandalorian, the Ninja, the Lorian. There we go. Prize Day. Good to see you here. Shout out to Angry Chaos on his channel. And we have first person here. Please welcome Mr. Flipped Out of the Fandom Collective. Hail, sir. Go subscribe to Fandom Collective. They're a great group of people. No matter what group you're part of, no matter what community you're part of, they will shout out and support to everybody, everyone. So hail, Flipped Out, and hail to the Fandom Collective. Thank you for always sharing my streams out. And guys, subscribe to the Fandom Collective. Let's get them monetized. Okay. New light. You know, saying I have not done many colors in a while. And I finished my commission over the weekend, so I should already feel warmed up getting back into colors. Am I right?
Hell yeah.
There you go.
Great.
All right. Let me turn my camera on. Whoa. 1 second. Okay. I'm still adjusting. Sorry, guys. Okay.
Do it live.
Do it live, and unfortunately, I can't.
You know, there's a shirt that I wear that some people get the wrong idea about, and it says "Embrace the suck." And the reason why I wear that
to RC.
shirt, say again.
That's what I say to RC.
Embrace the suck, baby. Yeah. The main reason why you want to have that on a shirt, though, is that, like, there's times where you are physically uncomfortable and you're just going through the worst thing, or maybe it's kind of embarrassing what you got going on, but you can't let that get to you. In fact, you got to lean into the pain a little bit, and you got to embrace that feeling of discomfort. Yeah, just go balls deep in it all the way, you know, and don't worry about what right now the pain might be like or what the discomfort level might be. So while you're struggling with your camera there and you took away our lovely side view.
Hey, you got a full frontal, okay?
Her thighs look nicer from the side. I'm just saying. I like a full thigh. Mm.
Oh, well, we'll get plenty of that. So you get plenty of that, okay?
Yeah.
Just get the full frontal shot, okay? Give it straight to the point right there, you know.
True.
Anyway, you were saying, Bruce?
I'm just saying that while you're working with that and you're trying to do that all on stream at once, and you're cursing your luck for, like, why didn't I get this done before? Oh man, just roll with it. You got good people in the chat. Fatal J's in there. Got Brightest Day. He's a hell of a modeler and painter. Apollo, the meme lord himself. Apollo is in here, and he's at like 670 subs, I think, or YouTube might have taken him down. Keely Chow just popped in. Hey, everybody. Hey, Keely.
Hey, Keely.
But, you know, everything's a learning process, and it sucks that it has to be that way. But perfection takes time and repetition, dude.
All right. Well, speaking of perfection, we got Mr. Jacob Archer Brown. Good to see you, Jacob. Good to see you. Versus Fraternal is to buy Fraternal. Is it fraternity or what? I think you misspelled it. I think it's fraternity.
That's fine. I understand what he meant. I'm part of the guild of thick thigh men. We appreciate the women's thick thighs.
All right.
Have a thickness for the thickness.
Well, anyway, let's go ahead and get started, guys. I don't want to keep you guys waiting. That's the last thing I want to do is keep your family waiting. So we're gonna go ahead and get started. Hit the record button. Hopefully it doesn't. Let me try to record the highest quality possible on StreamYard, but we'll have to do it like this. Let's do it like this. Let's get the colors. I can't wait to get back into this. Let's do it. Okay, let's do. So I got EWO Cotton Pearl. We'll start. I got plenty of these, you know. So let's start with the base one right here. So
start with the tits.
There you go. Right here. Okay. Okay. Let's go ahead and zoom in and let's see. We can start from the top. And does anybody remember the first color stream we did for Mama Bear's birthday?
I remember watching on a replay because I was gone. I'm sorry.
Well, it was, you know, I feel like we came a long way since the start of the year. I'll put it that way. I feel like we moved up big time. You know what I mean?
Yes.
But anyway, get into it. And yes, I'm not doing this on a separate sheet of paper or anything. No, I'm doing this on the original. So if it fucks up, well, I've been cursing a lot, haven't I? Okay. If it screws up,
you are not allowed to go on Culture's stream again until you get your mouth cleaned up, mister.
Get some soap.
Yeah. Come back from Culture's stream and you're just cussing up a storm.
Besides, we leave the cursing to, you know, Bruce and the rest of the chip panels, you know.
I'm a professional sailor. I can do that.
That's how it's usually done, okay?
Wookiee Lives Matter. Hello, sir.
Wookie, good to see you, sir. I'm trying to send up here, so hopefully we'll have some more people join in, hang out with us. It's going to be a lot of fun.
I would like to also say that this is a Memorial Day weekend, so if you've got friends or relatives that perished during the middle of the conflict or their time in service, just want to say our heart goes out to you. Mm-hmm. No matter where you might be, and we do appreciate you being here with us. You are part of the best chat on YouTube.
Mm-hmm. Unfortunately, that's how it is. Not everybody gets to come home. Not everybody gets to take that uniform off. Nope. Everybody gets a chance to take the uniform off, and you know, we and to, you know, the people that family, friends, relatives, we appreciate your service. And you will not be forgotten. And we're grateful for the people who have served, who are part of this great community, who are part of Phantom Menace or part of Comicscape or whatever side you are. We're grateful to have you. We're grateful to have you be able to come home.
Now, Shellback, it's funny you say that because Coach will be a saint. He will be better than a person on your porch trying to sell you religion and belief in his own channel. Coach goes to another stream, and or worse, if we get Coach in front of a video game and he's got to play it. So sometimes there's no words. Oh no, another one got out again.
Oh, and I didn't want to forget, since Stunning and Brave is here, I guess I got to give a shout out to the one and other Miss Marjade, who hit 3,000 subs this weekend. Congratulations. Definitely another great person in this community, one of the most loved in this community.
When we were on a stream with Lethal back whenever I had a bunch of memberships I was paying into, and we went around the horn, and I showed off my front room. Lethal and her about shit themselves. They're like, that's a lot of stuff, Bruce. Are you okay? Like, making sure I'm not, like, unwell. You see all the miniatures painted on the shelves, and I'm like, this isn't even my work desk. This is the stuff that's finished.
Nerds come in all shapes and sizes, and we express ours. Yes. Mr. Wookie Lives Matter just broke 500 subs. Congratulations as well. Not only that, Miss Oil Meats broke 200 subs this weekend as well. So we are just, everybody just all over the place.
And Lola's and Lola's case, I mean, she's been really doing a bang-up job of capitalizing on events that have been happening. She's done really well. She's found a little spot that if she wants to explore that, she could have that niche. I think a lot of people don't want to delve down those paths that she's on. And she just hit a good vein where people are kind of curious, and being that she's part of the group, she probably has a more unbiased opinion than others.
Mm-hmm. Plus, she hangs out with a lot of great people. Plus, she hangs out with a lot of really cool people within the CG. Hey, everybody's doing their own things. Everybody inspires, does their, is pushing their books out. Inspire me, inspire so many people. And just very motivated. On top of that, Wookie Lives Matter, a great person and a great supporter in his community. Somebody who always tries to make us laugh every single time. And a Paul Patriot, of course, another one's working hard for the memes, shows the hell out of Ords, and everybody here, it is always funny.
I love that. I love it when the Ords gets fed up. No, damn it, Apollo! I'm not going to do a handstand.
I just question his obsession with Dave Filoni. That's all I'm saying. I just question
the tongues weird me out. I'm just gonna say that.
Oh no! There you go.
Tongues aren't supposed to look like that, Apollo. What are you doing? AFK Bard.
AFK, Miss AFK, good to see you, sweetheart. Coming over from the Sunday Coast Review. AFK is another one. It's kind of the weekend warrior, like I'm probably gonna be. She's a weekend warrior. She brings out the great content as well. AFK going through a little hullabaloo with getting her shot like I did last week. So speaking of which, I just heard
Culture Casino.
Yeah, the man.
Culture Casino.
Great Culture Casino with the best hair on YouTube, and oftentimes he's really good at cutting his mic off at the start of the 6-minute dailies. I love it. We love you, Culture. We love it when it happens. Just like, your mic's off, Culture. Your mic off, please.
I'm making out of the joke, Culture, so don't feel bad.
But you know who else is a great friend? You know who else is also great? This one right here. That's my bad. How you doing, sweetheart? Yeah.
Hi. Sorry about
Mom.
that.
Oh man. No, M. Dassler here. Unfortunately, he's in the mountains. You know,
Oh no.
with his people. He's hunting a bear or something.
Oh no.
Oh.
He's gonna slap a grizzly.
Oh, anyway, how you doing, Bats?
I'm doing okay. Doing okay. Sorry. Time got away from me.
It's been a hell of a week. It's been a hell of a week. So I'll say that much.
Oh man, that is a mouthful right there.
Mm-hmm. For good and for bad. But we focus on the good here, and Matt was probably giddy with glee, knowing that I got to be on stream with I forgot to tell Bruce on Saturday's Rock Entertainment. I was on stream with the one and only the Gospel, according to Mark with a C.
He's a gentleman.
So
Mark
you
with a
could
C is a
tell.
good man.
So you could tell Matt. So you could probably understand Mads' reaction to that.
That was definitely a nice surprise.
But it was, oh my goodness, so much greatness, so much just a lot of fun. The Stevens back in full swing. Will be back hosting Rogue Entertainment hopefully soon. Just a lot of stuff going into the summer, and it's definitely going to be a big. I'll talk about it. I'll talk about it after the stream, but needless to say, guys, there will be some changes to the format by the end of this season. It's going to be I'll just leave it at that. But you got me But you got me this summer. So, but this summer we're gonna have some fun this summer. So, but anyway, let's say back in. We're just kind of going through with this now. Something I got to bring up. If we finish this coloring today, I'm telling you guys right now, you guys are getting 3 videos this week.
Wow.
You're getting 3 videos. The 2 of the time-lapse ones that we did call Ink Beauties, which is a new series on my channel. Return to the old time-lapse videos I do. And then we'll have a color time-lapse this week as well if I finish it. So plenty of content for me, guys. Plenty of content in addition to the Wednesday and Sunday draw streams.
Yeah, I've been trying to get on camera during the week, and there might be 1 or 2 days I can do it, but my job has me running out till 8:30 at night. By the time I get home, I'm beat.
By the time you get home, you say, "F this, I'm done. Tired."
Yeah.
Thank you, Northern, another great talent. We'll have him back on. Get Northern back on. He's so much. He's such a blast. Plus, he's got a new superhero. Northern, can I share it, please? Northern, can I share it, please? If you allow me to. I'll wait for him to respond. Yeah, plus he's got a new superhero in the works. He's been pushing for a little bit. I'm going back in, and kind of coloring over to add some more tones to Blue Mary's skin right here. I know you guys probably aren't familiar with King of Fighters. I know you guys are probably more familiar with the Street Fighter stuff. So that's cool. That's all good. And I hope to. And another thing is, I hope to go back to doing more color time lapses as well. So just plenty of content all across the board, and hopefully plenty of quality all across the board too. But yeah, that's about it. What's
Let's see Northern Jeremiah's new queen he's got going on.
Yeah. Okay. All right.
Mhm.
All right. Let's do it.
He's been showing her off on Instagram. If you don't have Northern Jeremiah on your IG, I think it's time you add him if you've got an IG account.
Or Twitter account. Either way.
I don't advise people use Twitter. If I ever make the money, I'm bulldozing that building.
I'm gonna share Twitter because I gotta share this.
Oh,
This
come
is
on, I talk to some of my favorite
Northern's
people
been
on Twitter.
talking about his new superhero called Dynamite Girl. Just
Mhm.
Nice.
you guys two guys to shout out. Smith.
She has some big D's.
She's got some big C. Exactly.
Oh, she's like that's indicating what her breast sides are for each side.
Dynamite, exactly.
Weird. I feel kind of weird. I feel like Shellback is trying to talk to me. Shellback, what are you saying? Well, what are you saying, Shellback?
Wait for a comic. See, let's do a comic. Northern, do a comic. Come on, do a comic. Do a comic.
Please tell me she drives the Hooter scooter.
I'll draw her as well, so don't worry.
Hey, Bone, how you doing, bud?
Hi, Bone.
But yes, guys.
Mommy.
Yes, his new, and her alter ego as well.
Apollo Patriot.
Oh.
We're all about Lady Demetriescu. He sees this, and he's like, "Oh my!"
Plus, I'll show you this. This one is done by another good friend of ours, John Draws. Great, does the muscle stuff. I like it. Yeah, I love it. I love it. So, I want to do copper. She's exact. Do it. Do it, damn it. Hang on, let me play the clip.
Let's do it.
Don't show back.
Do it.
Anyway, thank you so much. Hey guys, go check him out on Twitter and Instagram. Yeah, see, Jaffa's got fans. See, that's why he's one of the most favorite guests on our stream. And we just got another person who just showed up. Do you guys want to know who it is?
Bring them in, please.
Ladies and gentlemen, please welcome the lovely Lola Meats.
Lola.
Where's
Lola.
Yo, what's up?
Yo!
Hey, your new work that you're doing,
Uh-huh.
I tell you what, at 10, 11 o'clock or 2 o'clock in the morning, I'm watching that and I'm going, what? This was going on? Holy cow.
Well, I'm glad that you're digging it. Like I'm trying all kinds of new stuff right now. So
Oh, no problem.
and it's been fun having Makini on too. Like everybody like loves Makini over there.
It's so much fun. It really is, and it's just like it's almost like a second. It's almost like just being part of like an artist streams because I just get to be on stream with a bunch of other artists.
But everything is just so serious nowadays, you know? So it's like we just want to have something that's fun, that's laid back, that, you know, conversations, you know. Like last night, that's pretty much what it was conversation. Hi.
Oh my goodness, who's that?
It's my littlest one.
Oh, well, hello.
It's not mine.
Not yours, Megatron. Is that what you're saying?
Hi.
Hey, kiddo.
Hello. Oh my goodness. Shelbeck says Lola split that show will make a sailor blush. Goodness. Oh my goodness. Anyway.
Hello, Kylock. How you doing?
Hello, Kylock. How's it going? Regular in the community. You know, how's everybody's doing? And yeah, it's happy to have you here, Lola. I know it's kind of last minute, but just kind of.
You're all good. I was late because I had to like feed my little one and then clean her up. So
Absolutely, absolutely.
Understandable. As much as we would like to live in a vacuum or in a YouTube society, real life intrudes, and
Yeah.
if you're not taking care of your babies, you got a job that demands 50 hours a week out of you.
Oh my goodness.
It's okay. I get the same problem myself sometimes.
That's just it. That's just it. You know, that's just how it is. But anyway, Lola does her midnight shows, and she does weekday shows as well, doing just kind of breaking into the YouTube game and just really making a name for herself. How's it been so far for you though? I mean, how's it YouTube?
I'm enjoying every moment of it. Like, I just enjoy hanging out and like chilling with cool people that want to have conversation.
Absolutely, same here. And it's kind
Like,
of
that's one of the things we're missing in today's world, right? In like culture and stuff. Like, is people don't want to sit and have conversations; they just want to sit and yell at each other. So, live by example, right?
That's true.
I just saw Steven's thumbnail yelling at friends, and yeah. Okay.
Well, it's Fortnite. Well, that's different. Okay,
Yeah,
that's different.
I know.
And we do it out of I have an off topic. What's the question? What's the question, Kyle? Answer away, please. And we'll decide if we answer it or not, or if it's appropriate.
I'll answer if it's inappropriate.
I'm sure you would.
We have a panel of people that can answer an inappropriate question. It's amazing.
anyway, welcome to our neck of the woods, our little corner here of YouTube. It's Maki Live's all about, it's all about the art, which is, I know, something that everybody here appreciates. It's
boobies.
Kylock asked Mr. Clean.
Say it again.
Kylock, you should ask Mr. Clean. He might help you with that.
So you can ask Fat Steven for that. He's giving me tips on just how to clean my PS4. With how I set up mine, it's just like on the outside. I set it up outside. As we got a bunch of things going on in the background.
Blow dry.
You know, it can get really loud at night over here sometimes.
It's all right.
I'm afraid it's somebody popping off or something like that, or I don't know. But I would say I use a duster. I would say keep your PS4 in an open area where air can circulate in and out, versus somewhere just kind of keeping it dense, and keep it vertical. Just keep your PS4 vertical. So, but anyway, I'm really going into this. Like, it's funny. I was like, I'm talking, and I'm just like going back in, adding more and more details to this, and I'm really interested. Now I feel like awkward now. But what do you have any? I guess Talal, do you have any like future plans of for growing your channel, or for just kind of being on YouTube? Do you have any like future plans since you just broke 200?
I'm gonna keep doing what I'm doing right now, and then I'm adding in like promotional streams as well. So like I'm promoting people's projects and works, and I have a friend that's done like special effects and stuff and makes masks, and so like me and him are really big into horror stuff. Mm-hmm. And so we're gonna do like a little show, I think, or we're gonna try to get one going. So we'll see
Okay.
how it works. We'll see how it works.
We'll see.
All right.
Absolutely.
Here's a question for Lola. What's your favorite horror movie?
Favorite horror movie? Oh gosh. Probably The Thing.
Thing's a
I like The
classic.
Thing.
The
Thing's an
Thing?
immediate.
Yeah, The
Thing.
Thing.
Yeah.
Oh, The Thing by John
John Carpenter's
Carpenter.
Thing. Yep.
Yeah.
Okay. Have you seen The Void from 2017 or 16?
Yes.
What did you think of that?
It was a different type of horror. Very interesting the way that they went about it, like in the hospital that they were in.
I was a little disappointed with it for the fact that they did not have any actual confrontation between the cultists and the main character. Like the cultists were just there to be a roadblock or to funnel the players or the characters into a new plot. And that was it. They didn't have a fight. They didn't have any choreography for that. But I like that movie because of all the practical effects.
Yeah, like it had really good effects in it for like what it was, you know, like they managed to use a lot of jump scare in there. I would have liked to sing the monster at the end that, you know, a little more.
Yeah, I was kind of disappointed with that. It didn't get much, but maybe a minute of screen time, and it could have used a lot more.
That's the problem with horror movies nowadays, though, right? Like they want to give you that monster feel, or the monster movies now. Like they want to, but they don't want to show it, and it's like, why not just show the monster?
The best one I've seen lately is a movie called Harbinger Down or Harbinger Down. And the crew that did the practical effects for the prequel to John Carpenter's The Thing that was released in 2010 or 12, they were kind of brokenhearted because they did all the special effects for the Thing prequel. And when they took it to the studio says, hey, this is great, but make it all CGI. And so none of their work was shown. And so they went and they kind of sat on some things. They improved their equipment. But then in 2014, they did a Kickstarter for their own movie, which would be an isolation monster film in the vein of like Aliens. And so they got Lance Hendrickson to be in it and a few other big names, not really super big names, but Lance Hendrickson is the big name in this movie. So not a lot of money, but the practical effects are great. And if you like Alien, if you like The Thing, Harbinger Down is a good movie. It's on Amazon Prime. Shouldn't have to work too hard to get a hold of that. But
I'll have to check it out.
It's got really good special effects, and they only use CGI to take the wires out of some of the puppets.
Okay.
Nice.
Sorry, I didn't mean to monopolize that, but I was just kind of curious. She said she liked horror and she was into makeup and all that. I'm like, okay.
No, let it go. Let it go.
The Thing, like she said, The Thing is her favorite movie, and I watch that film like every 2 weeks. I get it. That's a movie I put on, and it's in the background when I'm painting by myself. That's what I do.
Sometimes it's a personal way to keep it hanging out in the background, though. Oh. So it feels like so awkward, though. How you doing, Mads? I know it's kind of really quiet. And it's
Mads?
Quiet. No problem. It's probably busy with the little one herself as well. But I forgot we continue on because we went on for like, because I know with the last night's stream we went on for so long, and it was great talking with talking with Willem, who sounds like such a huge film buff too. Loved it, absolutely loved it. Meanwhile, I'm Matt. You okay, Matt?
Yeah, I'm okay. I was just trying to drop a link, so
Oh,
I forgot I locked there.
okay. Maki, you're very good with coffee. Nerium! We gotta get Nerium at some point. We gotta get her, Gaze, and Vinny on. It's like the triple threat. Triple threat. This is Maki, very good with coffee bars. I only have great tones and I'm still learning. Put this here. I got plenty of great tones. Actually, I got a whole lot of great tones. Got a ton of great tones. I'm so used to it. And it's so funny because it's just me being like, because like me and Mads, we're like traditionalists to the very core. So I used to do digital stuff, but I hardly do it anymore. So it's just like,
I have never given digital a try. And right now, it's hard enough for me just trying to keep my hands still for the regular stuff. For something that is sensitive as a computer. Okay, let me rephrase it. I haven't tried digital since the 90s. I had to do it for high school.
right.
I did go to an art school. And that was a whole different level of.
I'm trying to get that red. I was trying to get that tone of red. I'm looking for a ton of red on my. This can't be. No, it's too dark. Okay. It's the reason why I have and for those who are probably very new, it's like the reason why I have the reason why I have like a huge sheet of like white Bristol underneath is mainly for this kind of stuff. It's just for just so I can test colors out. Although that's probably not recommended because it's not like the exact like colors. So, but still. I guess if you guys Lola, just like what got you into kind of the or just well, okay, no, that's let me let me phrase that. What is Lola, what is kind of the thing that really attracted you to, just, being around a lot of artists and hanging out with a lot of artists? Even though you probably
I like comics and mangas and anime, and I came into Comicsgate about 4 or 5 years ago, I guess.
Mm-hmm.
So I don't know, you hang out with people, you get to know them,
Absolutely.
You get to see how they work and their process. I also want to say, what's up, Mads?
Hey, Lola.
Absolutely love Mads. She's awesome.
You're such a sweetie.
I can't agree with that take. I don't know if you guys agree with that take. I don't know. I can't take that.
What, that traditional art is better?
Better, yeah.
I think it depends on the artist.
Depends
I've seen some. Huh?
Depends on the person.
Depends on the person.
Yeah, I really think it does, because some artists are really good with digital, but the traditional is not as good. It doesn't look quite as it should, but like their digital can be just like off the chain, just like blow you away. But then there's some artists whose traditional is just like, out of this world, and their digital isn't, like their digital game isn't quite on.
Is it quite on? Yeah, I probably attest to the fact with that. It's that. So we've actually had plenty of digital artists on panel here. We've had the top two are, of course, Riot Kitty and Art Dog Sama as well, who were both digital. Oh, and Bright Tonight, who were digital. But a lot of times we have we mainly attract a lot, or I guess for me is that I guess I tend to attract a lot of traditionalists like myself. So something that's always so interesting, and it was stunning traditionalists as well.
Most guys it's too hard to move or work the fucking tablet thing. For me.
But you're like a machine though. You can tablet so.
Yeah. It's just kind of a hard like transitional phase for someone to go from traditional to digital, I think.
And I was going to say, yeah, that last comment from Northern Jeremiah, I completely agree. I love the digital art, and complete respect to those who are, who can do it and are just so skilled at it. It's stunning. But
it's
yeah,
stunning and brave.
It's easier. I'm with him. It's easier for me to do the traditional art.
Yeah.
So, like, I fell into the traditional side just because I guess I loved for it. I developed a love for it. Just trying to do traditional, but yeah, I ended up just falling in love with just doing. Thank you, Jacob. Thank you so much. Although I feel really bad right now because I got to improve. I got to update that store, and I got to update that Teespring store. I need to add my color stuff to the imprint store. I got to add my color. I don't. So yeah, I do. I haven't been like that successful in like the merch ground, but I try. I know so many other people who could do it better than some of the other people, and even get some people here who are able to do their merch than I can. Speaking of which, your boy Mark freaking rocking the King shirt that you made, Mads.
Yeah, that's always nice to see him in it. Honestly, there was only 2 shirts of those sold. So, yeah. And the other one is he's been a little quiet lately, so.
No problem.
No, honestly, I think you've actually probably sold more merch to Bruce alone than I have to everyone.
Sorry?
I've sold 1 or 2 shirts.
It's okay.
I've sold 1 to Nina. I've sold 1 to Culture. I've sold 1 to. I sold stuff to Bruce. I sold prints to Bruce, actually, which he probably has on his wall. Did you get the frame for that, by the way, Bruce? Out of curiosity.
I haven't got it yet, so no, it's not hanging up yet. I pull it out of the tube about once a week, take a look at it, and I keep kicking myself for not going out and purchasing it. But they just made where I live. There's a few towns close by that are maskless now, and so I can go out without a mask on and go out and do the things I want to. Like yesterday, I went to HEB in Bernie, and they still have signs up saying wear a mask. Maybe 1 in 20 is wearing a mask. Everybody else, freeze a bird, raw dog the air.
That makes sense though. I just gotta figure this out. Let me get
I'll be putting her up here very shortly. I'll probably get the other one of Mads too. I'm sorry, Mads. I know you're saying Ronin Soul is not of you. We have another one of you, but to me, Ronin Soul is.
I'm with you. I think Ronin Soul actually is subconsciously.
Yeah.
I'm still here. I'm here, right?
I know you're here.
Hi, Makini. How you doing?
That's what I was talking about last night. The hashtag.
Yeah, I saw that. That's why I said Maki, hashtag Maki because I know what hashtag you're talking about.
we could have a few topics from that stream at Sporking where we could talk about now. We could revisit those.
I got one topic I want to revisit, but I don't know if it was good. I don't know, but it depends if everybody has seen it though.
Seen what?
Or read it.
I don't know.
What is it?
The leaked script for Powerpuff Girls.
Oh, I saw parts of it. Yeah.
I've read parts of it.
Jesus Christ. Bruce, have you seen it?
Love you, Jeremiah.
I never had an interest in the Powderpuff Girls, so if you guys want to talk about it, I'll probably just laugh here to
Okay.
myself.
No, they
So
copyright
Powerpuff
struck
Girls
it.
is basically this cartoon for little girls, I guess, and then
Well, it was in the era. It
Well,
was
it's for
during the golden
everyone,
age
it's
of
for
Cartoon
everyone.
Network. It was in the
What was
golden
the
I
Johnny
age.
never
Bravo
watched
part
it,
of
so I
it to
wouldn't
get
really
the guy
know,
demographic?
It was
I thought they
during
started
the
using
golden
Johnny
age.
Bravo to get the guys to watch Powderpuff Girls too.
Mm-hmm.
It
Anyway,
failed on
continue.
me. I was already like 25 or 30. I can't remember.
Oh wow! Wow! Thanks, Bruce. Thanks for making me feel that young.
It was what, 99?
Yeah, I was barely 10. I was barely 10. I was a wee lad. Okay, I was just a wee lad. Anyway, continue, Megatron.
Okay, so basically, I haven't really watched the show myself either, but it's basically like it's for kids, all right. And in the script that we saw that was leaked, they had like a bunch of sexual shit. It's like it doesn't belong.
I would say I would say it's and this is
It's
a very bold
inappropriate.
claim. I would say this is a very bold claim. And I don't know if I don't know if you guys will agree with me. This is a hot take.
Mhm.
That script is worse than Batwoman.
Yeah, that script was awful.
Probably.
I did
It's not a
watch
hard
some-
thing to accomplish, though.
No, I
On
did
this
watch
day
some
and age.
Powerpuff Girls, back in the day, because cartoon junkie.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
But yeah, no, that script was painful.
Yeah. Just a subject matter that just doesn't belong in Powerpuff
It
Girls
doesn't.
or
No, it doesn't.
anything, really.
Or especially do anything live action, does it? But
Yeah, it's like
It's
like,
just weird, right?
Tarkovsky has a very
It
specific
is.
art style, you know.
Like I'm not much into live actions from like animes and animated cartoons and stuff. To me, it just doesn't cross over sometimes really well, and I just don't
101
feel like
Dalmatians!
do it.
101 Dalmatians.
Yeah, right.
Yeah.
oh yes,
But like Powerpuff Girls is one of those things that probably shouldn't be live action, and they probably shouldn't be aged up to
Yeah.
teenagers. So
or 20 somethings.
yeah, so it's just weird. It's really weird, and then like to see the script and like just how sexual they got.
Mm-hmm.
It's creepy.
Sorry,
I can't believe
Oh
they
my
made it
gosh.
sexualized. Who thought that Powderpuff Girls being sexualized would be a brilliant marketing maneuver? Let's no. And secondly, anybody who wants to go see that movie, you better be taking notes, their driver's license numbers. You better get the cops over there real fast.
Are you referring to Cruella?
Well, them too.
That too. That's miserable. I can't believe we made a movie about Cruella DeVille.
It's like
they just want to take everything and like run it, right? Like everything is being run at this point.
Let's just pervert the shit out of everything that was once good and noble.
But you gotta find the good. It's
They
someone
don't
who-
like fun. They don't like fun. That's what it is.
Yeah. But you still gotta find you can still find the good and fun. Mads knows that all too well. So you can still find the good and fun stuff. So
I certainly try at least.
that's right. Let me ask you this. Is Cruella interesting to you? Let me put it that way.
I have looked into it a bit. I have not watched it, and I will completely, start off with that.
Mm-hmm.
I struggle with the idea of the movie alone.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, of all of the Disney villains that they could try showing their backstory to, that would be honestly the bottom of my list that I would want to see.
Mm-hmm.
yeah.
Even knowing that Cruella was actually the inspiration of the original book.
Mm-hmm.
because the author, her and her husband were visiting some friends,
Mm-hmm.
or had some friends over or something like that, and they had they had a couple Dalmatians, and the
Mhm.
friend just casually dropped a jacket, in that fur would look absolutely stunning. And it was just
Uh-huh.
such a weird comment that's what inspired the whole book series, the whole book,
Really?
which was actually a lot darker than, surprise,
Mhm.
surprise, than what Disney dived into.
And that's the big problem that I have about Disney. They will sell you an idea or a theme for 2 hours of watching a movie, but they don't go into nearly the thoughts that would go through a person's mind that was given the original media. Like you're saying 101 Dalmatians was a dark movie. Have you ever read The Little Mermaid by Grimm?
I
Or
Not Grimm, that
the original?
Hans Christian
Yeah.
Andersen. I have
Oscars, yeah.
I have a complete collection of his stuff.
Okay, so you understand there
Mhm.
might be somebody that's a 70-year-old professor pissed at Disney because Disney cannot land a single fairy tale right on the animated screen. And now they're doing the same butchery with live action.
They're actually doing it worse in this case, because
Mm-hmm.
at least I will give Disney, in the case of 101 Dalmatians,
Mm-hmm.
they actually did do pretty decent for the original story. They did conveniently leave out Cruella's husband, who was a furrier,
Mm-hmm.
somebody who makes fur coats for those, not what the common
Furry.
furry trade.
No, not that other one. Not that.
That would be
We don't, we don't, we
hilarious.
don't, we don't talk about that other one on here, okay?
I'm just for clarification reasons.
Clarification, exactly. Yeah.
We are people of culture here.
Of the human
And
variety.
believe it or not, in the book, Perdita and Pongo's wife were two separate dogs.
Really?
Yeah, that is part of the interesting aspect. But they actually did pull a lot of Cruella's quotes directly from the book, in both
Okay.
the cartoon and the live action. So to try and show a lighter side, or the reasoning behind this, no.
No, that's a.
I'm sorry. We're talking about skinning puppies, and it's the lighter side. I'm
Exactly.
sorry. I don't. I'm trying not to laugh, and I'm not trying to make fun of anything you're saying, Mads, because what you're saying is very important.
No,
There's
I totally get the giggle. It's okay.
it's the historical context that you're bringing in, the narrative context which you're bringing in, and too many people just see the fucking Disney castle on the advert like, oh my god, it's another safe item I can take my kids to. Let me go give you $70, Disney, or let me spend $30 on the app so I can entertain my family with your brainwashing, Disney.
Mm.
And that's just one of my many detrimental thoughts to that entire corporation.
We do watch a lot of Disney in the house. I mean, I've got an 8-year-old, so.
Mm-hmm.
But with a lot of it, we do actually have similar conversations that are spun from that. I mean, Raya and the Last Dragon, that was one that we recently had conversations about, because the father winds up throwing her over the bridge to save her. And the two of us actually had a long conversation about that, because she's like, how could he do that? And
Mm-hmm.
and I'm like, you know what, sweetie, if in the same position, I would have done the same thing. If I was injured and we had somebody, coming after us,
Mm-hmm.
it would be the same, just to save you, because that's first priority right there.
Right.
So I take a lot of what Disney does as conversation moments.
Mm-hmm. That's kind of a great way to think about it, though. That's actually kind of a great way to a great approach to go at it, though.
Mhm.
Just trying to
With
think
you,
about
lives
that.
matter. I agree with you so much.
What do you say?
Yes.
You call classic as a classic? Yes, it's lost.
Yeah.
Yes. Honestly, the one that upset me the most was Beauty and the Beast. That was one of my favorite books to read as a kid. And when the movie came out, I was just...
The original animated film or the live action one with Emma Thompson?
The original animated one.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Emma Stone
Yeah,
or Watson.
As far as The Little Mermaid is from the original story,
Mm-hmm.
Beauty and the Beast is similarly
Similarly,
like black and white, different,
right.
day and night different. And I
Night and
won't
day.
even get into the difference between Frozen and the story it's inspired from, supposedly.
Well, somebody joked on the somebody joked on the Sunday Culture Reviews. I was like, the original villain movie was Frozen. It was Disney.
Although I would love to see a version of Disney's Gaston, because
I joked about that.
I would love to just it could be an entirely bad movie of Gaston going around singing songs to his drunken friends. I would buy for that. And then the same reason that I also liked, what was that movie with the little girl, Sugar Rush, Wreck-It Ralph.
Mhm.
They can make an entire hour and a half long film of just the bad guy therapy sessions. That was more
King
entertaining.
Candy.
Go ahead.
With King Candy.
Yeah.
Yeah, why not?
King Candy with
Why not?
with Zangief. All
Oh
of
yeah, that was great. That was a great
that. Bruce's hands are full of misogyny.
Fuck yeah.
That's, I don't know if that's a pause. Oh my goodness. Hey, man,
Well, mine full misogyny. I can't tell.
Well, it's just it's just a human's flesh among a metal exoskeleton. Am I correct?
Yeah. Yeah. Kinda.
Oh my goodness. You were saying, Bruce, sorry. Continue.
No, it's good. I just was saying that I could watch, like, there's been some times where Disney has came close and they've almost made a product I wanted to pay for, but I've not watched or paid for a Disney film except for maybe The Incredibles Part 2 in the past 10 years.
I really did like The Incredibles too. Not for just the obvious reasons.
For more than just that, but that was nice too. I'll take my icing on my cake. Thank you very much.
Not for the obvious reasons, but I did like The Incredibles too. Not as much as the first one though. That is, oh my god.
Yeah.
Hold on. The first one and the second one go really well together.
They do. They absolutely do. I still love the first one more though. I love the first one more.
But one of the things with Disney is that, like, as much as you want to get away from it, you really can't because they own so many different, stations and channels and so many IPs that it's like it doesn't matter how hard you try to get away from them. You just you simply can't.
Right.
Lola,
Yeah.
how far away do you live from a pawn shop or half price books?
Is that a rhetorical question?
I'm just saying that's rhetorical, but I'm just saying.
I mean, I realize you can get it like secondhand or whatever, but I'm just saying, like, a lot of people don't realize that they own stuff like ESPN and Hulu
And such like that, yeah.
And so people end up using their services, and that's putting more money in the mouse's pocket. And I mean,
we're not. You know what? Jacob, we're not going to get into that because we're gonna be here all day exploring the fact that how much Disney loves to signal the virtue and end up putting putting their foot in their mouth.
Right?
We would love to thank the prisoners at the Urger housing camp.
They hold them in the castle. That's what the castle's for.
Yeah, it's home in the castle. Yeah, that's what it's just a magical. It's a magical. Matt, it's a magical place. Am I right?
Yep.
Have any of y'all ever been?
That's the one thing I'm surprised that Disney has not done. They have not put a Disney facility in Canada, have they?
Actually, I think rumor is that they are actually going to. That they're going to put one here in Ontario. And I technically actually have been. I was still in diapers.
Wait. Say that again.
I have been to Disney World.
Okay.
My family did go down. In fact, it's one of my daughter's favorite stories to hear from my sister because I was still in diapers at the time. So I really don't remember any of it. But apparently I was really entranced by the Small World ride once they finally got me through.
Wait. Sorry. I have to refresh the question. You were stoned?
I was an infant. I was still in diapers.
Oh, I thought you said you were stoned.
Oh,
I'm sorry. I
Were
thought
you
it
stoned in diapers?
Huh?
Were you stoned in diapers?
Well, I probably
She's stealing the diapers.
some of the medication I was on as a kid, probably, yeah.
Oh yeah. Probably. No wonder you can't remember anything.
You may continue. Sorry. I don't feel like I gave that. I feel like I made Matt's lose a train of thought for a second.
No, it's okay. I was like, one of my daughter's favorite stories from that is my dad would go on for the longest time, teasing my sisters beforehand, and by saying, they look at him and go, "What are we gonna have for dessert, Dad?" And he goes, "Frozen banana on a stick," and they're like, "No, Dad, that's not a real thing." Turns out, apparently, was when they went down there. I only remember so much of the stories, but like I said, I was like a year old, if that. So.
It's a lot of... Never went.
There's a difference in the way that Disney versus Looney Tunes works, though, Shellback, and you're quick to point that out because when you watch a Looney Tunes parody of a serious topic or a serious piece, they make sure to put their spin on it, but they still respect it. I don't think Disney respects the canon at all. They can't wait to sell you your childhood memories for your adult body. They want to resell you. Everything in this world is a commodity for them to try to peddle off to you, it feels like. No matter how sacrosanct it might be to some people, they're going to remake everything you knew as a kid, and they're going to charge you triple or quadruple for it. And too many people are like, "Man, it's not that bad. Most of their stuff's pretty good. The cinematography's great. Their special effects are good. The animation's fine." No, but the entire context of the story is lost.
Yeah.
It just kind of made me. I don't know if Mads. I don't know because I want to know how Mads would have felt. Did you hear the? I think it was a conference video that said Disney at one time almost bought Warner. So that would have been.
Yeah. Not that I think that would have turned out any better for Cyborg or Green Lantern. Yeah.
Which Green Lantern's your favorite?
You would want that like a Cyborg Iron Man crossover? Is that what
Well, it actually would be cool to see a live action version of the comic series, the DC versus Marvel comic books.
Oh yeah, the amalgam verse. Yeah.
Yes, that actually would be super
That would
cool.
be awesome. Yeah.
My first Green Lantern was actually John Stewart.
Okay.
Just like
Mine
mine.
too.
So there is always, and this is a throwback to my Doctor Who fandom. The first one is always particularly special to you.
You're always your special one. That's always going to be the one that means the most to you.
So I know that, like, the guys I hang out with on Monday, they would happily, tease me about, oh, you just like him because he's chocolate. And he was the first one that I really got to know.
Mm-hmm.
He had some good character arcs. He had some good stories.
Yeah, and his romance on the cartoon with Shiara is still one of my favorite, ships in the DC universe.
It's great how they did it, though.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Did it. And I don't know if that was the thing that continued on in the comics, but it was just kind of.
I don't think so.
No, but it's really interesting. I will say it's really really interesting. Yeah, I agree. Disney will put anything to make a quick butt, even if it's a bad idea.
I'm surprised we haven't seen a GoBots reboot, because that one there.
Fuck GoBots.
Yeah, when I was young, like GoBots was like the ghetto version of the Transformers, because even the cartoon was shit. I mean, the cartoon for Transformers wasn't that great. There was some obvious parts that you would see somebody's lips moving, but they'd be talking in someone else's voice.
I was looking at
some of the designs
I
are
was
like
looking at
off.
Studying It Brave when you brought up GoBots. I was like,
GoBots was shit. It was actual just shit. And I can't believe that Disney's passing up this golden opportunity to rewrite one more damn thing.
Mm-hmm. Okay, I gotta say, Shellback. I mean, if you look, there are definitely grittier adult versions of just about anything. If you look on the internet, just saying.
some of them are probably fanfics.
Most of them are definitely not safe for work.
Exactly.
Oh, even just some of the fan art of Starfire and Raven alone is dodgy at best.
Yeah.
I can't. I can't. Never mind.
I think my favorite
I
comic.
won't say anything about that because it's.
I think my favorite comic cartoon ever is still the Amazing Spider Friends.
Mm-hmm.
Is
The
that,
half hour.
That's the one with Spidey,
Firestar,
Firestar,
Iceman,
and Iceman, right?
yeah.
Okay. Yeah. Spider-Man is Amazing Friends. That's what you're thinking of.
Yeah, that was really fun to watch, and it explored a couple topics that, as a 5 or 6 or 8-year-old, probably shouldn't be watching back in 1980, whenever.
Mm-hmm.
But it had a really good flow and continuity, and it was almost campaign, not episodic. But it was one of the better shows that Marvel produced up until 83.
Mm-hmm.
And I think it came out before the Dungeons and Dragons cartoon in 83. But once that hit, like, I was a Marvel fanboy for their cartoons after that. Yeah. D&D, G.I. Joe, Transformers. I even watched Jim and the Holograms.
Mm-hmm.
They had Inhumanoids, robotics, Bigfoot.
I hate on Jim. I hate on Jim at all.
Yeah, actually, they had a really good music in it.
Yeah,
That was a really good show.
It's just a live action adaptation. It's so
Live-
bad that
oh.
they couldn't even release it on Blu-ray. I'm just saying.
What?
Yeah,
Wait,
no,
wait. What?
Yeah, that live action adaptation. I mean, I'm
That's what I
surprised
think.
nobody's created a meme of, because you had the Dragon Ball Z one. You're like, oh yeah, let's see how
Dragon Ball Evolution.
yeah,
Yep.
let's see how much we can put this cartoon. Gem of the Holograms. Hold my sparkly beer, please.
I really like Jim and the Holograms. I'm not gonna lie, but there was one thread. There was one guy in all those cartoons, and he would pop up for maybe 30 seconds or so, and he was a Rodney or what was he was a Robert Downing talk show host sort of guy where he was just a total prick. And he was on the Transformers for one episode. He was on G.I. Joe for a couple episodes. He did some stuff with the Inhumanoids. All of it was in the same universe. So all of that was actually a shared universe, and probably not many people recognize that because it happened 30 years ago and it was only for a little bit part. But it was still good quality entertainment when you're a kid.
I was gonna say you were afraid. I was gonna say it was like you were a fan of the Marvel. You were a fan of the Marvel's animated stuff until DC.
Until I watched DC, yeah. When I watched the DC stuff, I thought, well, goodbye Marvel. And it wasn't really the Marvel superheroes that I was a big fan of because I missed the X-Men series in the early 90s. I got to see that later, and I was really
it's funny. You know the funny thing about the X-Men series? I forgot who put it. I forgot who said it, but it was like the X-Men animated series. The show is actually better when you watch it as an adult.
Yeah, most shows are actually
a lot better.
That one, the 90s Batman the Animated Series, again, that's another one that has maintained its watchability.
The one where they spawned the Mask of the Phantasm movie.
Yep.
Still probably my favorite of the DC animated films, though. Hands down.
Best Batman movie ever made.
One of the best, especially the best one for the day. Batman. Well, okay. You may have some objections to that. It sounds like you have some objections to that, Mads. It sounds like what's this? Oh, we just lost Lola, didn't we?
She'll be back.
Anyway, it sounds like you have some objections to that.
Not objections. I'm just gonna say, it's hard for me to say this is my favorite of the DC animated movies. Even the most recent one that some of the most recent ones, the most recent Batman one, Batman Soul of the Dragon.
Oh, that's right. Yeah.
I literally, after watching it, I went to Twitter and I actually did tag Michael Jai White and there better be a sequel.
Michael Jai White is a very talented actor. I just wish that he would. I don't know. Maybe he's not as an actor as active as others, but he seems like he's not on as much as what he used to be.
He actually does have his own studio.
Okay. Lola, if you want back in, we can have you back on.
Come back to me.
Okay. No. Just no problem. No problem. If you're always welcome to come back on, Lola. So just thank you though. Thank you. We could really get into it.
It's always fun hanging with Lola.
It's fun.
Showback is out there saying that he's never saw that.
Oh, that's where. Oh, guys, read this comment. I've been watching Justice League Unlimited lately to get my inspiration for Dynamite Girl.
Nice.
Which hero? I'm very curious.
I'll bet Power Girl.
They didn't have.
Well, she wasn't in it. Well, she kind of was.
She was.
Kind of like a.
Yeah, it was Galatea.
Yeah, it was Galatea, but they never named her like Power Girl.
Yeah, but she had the same costume, kind of, without the cape.
I mean, that also does have the original Wonder Woman, outfit.
Classic Wonder Woman.
Oh, yeah.
That's my favorite one. I don't like that they went with the more Greek armor stuff. I don't never really like that stuff.
Like what we saw with.
With Gal Gadot and the Rebirth stuff.
Okay, I was gonna say kind of like what we saw with Injustice, though.
Yeah, I don't like Injustice either. Oh, she's a total bitch in that game, dude.
Dude.
I fucking hated her.
I was led to believe that Diana was the villain, the true villain.
She was. She was the villain in that game.
And the way she's manipulated Clark.
It's like, what the fuck is this shit?
As far as Max and Phantasm being my favorite Batman animated film, yes, I will give it that.
It's between that and Under the Red Hood for me.
Under the Red Hood, yeah, second to be to Under the
That
Red
one
Hood.
too.
Absolutely.
I haven't watched Under the Red Hood yet. I like Mask of the Phantasm, but I think my favorite DC animated is Flashpoint.
Flashpoint's great.
That one's pretty
If
good.
you want a true, no. Mask of the Phantasm is it's that Red Hood and the Suicide Squad movie that we never got, which was Assault on Arkham.
That was a good one.
That was brilliant. What you give us the best, and the less said about the Killing Joke, the better.
If they had not increased the
that's fucking
runtime
awful.
with Barbara Gordon, it would have been fine. But they tried to pad it out with Barbara Gordon, and it
Yeah,
failed.
that was fucking horrible.
I did not say you're wrong. I just said they tried to pad it out too much.
Yeah.
Yeah, did you ever see the Killing Joke, Matt?
Yes, I did.
What do you?
I wish I hadn't.
I know
There
that's
was much about it. There was much about it I liked.
Oh.
But yeah, there are scenes for me that are painful to watch.
I just think the whole Bruce and Bart relationship just felt unnecessary.
Yeah.
It just felt unnecessary. I
Fucking
feel like that was
weird.
not needed.
Yeah.
Maybe because I never saw that, especially going all the way back to.
They had more of a father-daughter relationship, if
Yeah.
anything. I never saw them as. I mean, they kind of dated for a little while in the animated series, but they
I
didn't
know,
really
right,
do
right.
it.
Mhm.
Unless you account the stupid comic books, the Beyond comics. Where, like, I think Bruce like impregnates her or some shit.
The hooking up thing,
Yeah, I never
I don't
liked
really
it.
care about. I mean, let's be honest. Bruce is one of the biggest sluts in the Justice League. So
Yeah.
No kidding. No kidding. You ain't wrong on that, Matt. You ain't wrong on that at all.
there are a whole series dedicated to all of the chicks he's hit up,
There's an
including
entire
other
website
Justice League
dedicated to it.
members' girlfriends.
Deviant art is nothing but
that was
Bruce
one
Wayne.
of my favorite moments in Justice League Unlimited. Justice League Unlimited was hearing Bruce sing in the episode with the Satana. That was
Oh, yeah. That was awesome.
No way is low lie. I got it.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, I figured that was part of it. Tiny human.
I was like, I don't feel comfortable. I don't feel comfortable.
Hey, mom too. I get it.
Matt just wings it. Whatever it's with the. That's
Right?
Oh, I don't
Batman
right.
Serum.
I mean, even in just the animated stuff alone, I mean, we've seen him with so many females,
Oh, I
like,
forgot.
including Killer Frost.
I forgot.
That one hurt my head.
I forgot Return of the Joker. I really like Return of the Joker, although I just thought it was like that whole flashback scene was fucking dark.
Yeah.
It was dark as hell. Like, it was, for one thing, it was how tragic it was seeing what happened to Tim.
Mhm.
But it was another thing when you have Batman kind of going through that whole scene and Joker's narrating out his life, and it made him snap. That line. What was that line? What was that line?
Behind all the stern and batarangs, you're just a little boy in a playsuit crying for mommy and daddy. I'd be lying if I said it wasn't so pathetic. That'd be
Oh,
alright.
snap! I'm like,
Yeah, it was like fucked up. It's this.
I was like, shit. You know, it's like, I did too.
Mm.
I did too. It's like,
I liked it.
especially one of my favorite lines was just like with Bruce saying, "I was like, I'm just a kid with I'm just a rich kid with daddy issues."
Yeah. You're just like, what the fuck?
That alone would be an interesting conversation. I mean, you're who are your favorite Batman ships?
I know, right? Like Bruce and Diana is like my top one. As Bruce and Selena.
I kind of like him with Zatanna, but
So Selena will always be my top
That's
one.
the top.
But I did like Diana.
I like the Zatanna episode. That was a good one.
Oh, that's great. I just don't like I truly hated that that the whole forced marriage in the comics that Tom King did.
Oh yeah.
Because it didn't make sense. Because it didn't work. That wasn't gonna work.
I have complete respect for Talia. I'm just gonna say.
I do too. It's just
it's not easy.
She's
to play
crazy as
Bruce.
fuck, but she's hot. So
I'm sorry. No offense, man, but Tell is a shitty mom.
She is.
it's a horror.
She is, but I will give her complete credit on being able to play Bruce to that point.
Right.
That is not easy.
No, it's not.
And that's why I got to give her respect as one of the female villains.
Mm-hmm. It's just I can't deny. I just can't get over the fact when I think about it. I was like, Tilly's a whole mother, or though. Speaking of which, what was the one? Not Court of Owls. Not Court of Owls. What was the other one with Damien?
Fuck Damien. You little shit.
I mean, to be fair, the kid was raised to believe that he was going to be like the leader of the world, so that's going to mess with your head.
It wasn't. No, it wasn't.
Oh, they fucked up Hush in the animated one.
Oh, they did, yeah.
They made the Hush fucking Riddler and shit, and then they did the fucking Tom King Batman Catwoman shit.
Mm-hmm.
Felt like Tom King's Batman and Catwoman. That one.
That.
Yeah.
I hated that. Don't get me started on Tom King. Sorry. Don't get me started on Tom King.
Tom King is as who?
Yeah, like China. No. Did you guys like Jail versus Teen Titans or Teen Titans: The Judas Contract?
Yes.
I like parts of it. I don't really like those movies because they're based off of New 52 stuff. They're kind of mixing New 52 and pre-52 stuff, and I don't really like it.
It is, but I did like Judas Contract just because for one reason, we got a really good Starfire. We got a really good Starfire Dick Grayson. That was always been kind of like my top ship over Dick and Babs. Starfire. And that's probably just comes from my growing up Teen Titans.
Yeah.
For me, that's actually, I'm with you. That's why I like it, because it's nice to see. I would have liked to see the team we know all grown up, but or as teens together.
It's
so
just
that for me is the only disjointed part about the Teen Titan animated movies, like the ones you're talking about, is seeing Starfire and Nightwing all grown up, but you have Changeling and I'm not going to call him Beast Boy. Sorry.
You're not going to call him Beast Boy?
His name originally was Changeling.
It is Changeling. Yeah, it is. It's Changeling. Yeah.
So you got Garfield and Rachel, so young, and Cyborg's grown up too, and it's
Yeah.
disjointed for me.
Yeah.
Are you
But I
referring to
do-
like that one episode where Starfire goes into the future, or are you referring to?
No, she's referring to the
No, the
animated
animated
movies.
movies.
Oh, right. That's
Yeah.
right.
I mean, I love that whole DC animated universe.
Same here.
I mean, come on, they put Shamar Moore as Cyborg. I mean, alone.
Mhm.
That is definitely a good voice for. Gary Payton will always be my chosen Cyborg voice, but
Same here.
it's like I've said it on Twitter, but yeah, Gary Payton to Cyborg for me is Mark Hamill to Joker.
Mark Hamill's a Joker, exactly.
But I did like seeing Nightwing and Starfire grown up and as a couple, as a budding couple, that as it was in the first Teen Titans movie, or the first Titan whatever movie.
And that was kind of one of the big things in the earlier runs of the comics, even to the point where they did get married. It was ruined by Raven. It was like a Trigon at the time.
And that's for me why it's slightly disjointed. Like I love watching them, but there is that.
It's that weird kind of
because
comic terms of age.
Yeah,
especially when you bring in Damian,
the same age as them.
And that was kind of it was a weird dichotomy though. I didn't even thought about it. I didn't even thought in that sense though.
As Lola's referring to it, yeah, my hamster does not stop, even when I'd like it to.
Wait, what was it? You and Bats really have a good hamster running now. I'm trying to think of a good shit for Batman. Like I said, it was just that I don't know. I just found it interesting with that, just kind of that dichotomy with him and Diana, especially and I felt like I saw bits of that. We saw little bits of that in the Whedon cut of Justice League. Little bits of that, though. I guess it's just a good friendship behind that. But I guess just because my exposure to Justice League and that one scene where Batman was trying to get the rubble, trying to get Diana out of the rubble, and that little moment where where Diana sees Bruce's hands, he's trying to hide it. She ends up kissing him on the cheek anyway. I'm like, oh my god, that's so cute.
Yeah, I have that photo, that part in the series signed by Susan Eisenberg, the voice of Wonder Woman.
That's awesome. I just wrote this art right here. Okay. How's she looking so far? I forgot to mention. Sorry for bringing that up.
She's looking good.
Okay. Let me ask you this: has my colors improved over time, probably since the first stream we did this year?
That was good.
I've always been impressed by your colors and blending.
Okay, right. So I'm thinking probably I need to check my. Don't get to. Okay, I think so far we're good on the recording side. The I'm just worried about the quality. I'm just really hoping that the quality stays up. What do you guys? Okay. So you want to go around the horn? I'll let Mads go first.
I was actually a fan of Young Justice when it first came out.
Same.
I really did like it, and I admit I still will watch.
But
I still will watch some of the stuff, just not as loyally. I mean,
not as loyally. I did like that it was a continuation of Justice League actually. And I watched it up until probably the second season, bits of the third.
Yeah, I was a fan of a lot of the DC animated stuff. The animated TV shows at that point. When they had Young Justice originally out, the Green Lantern cartoon series.
The Green Lantern cartoon series.
Yeah, I prefer the Green Lantern show, to be honest.
both were sadly canceled for the soy sales at the time. But they did get continued on though. That was that did like the few things to note that I really liked about Young Justice was one, the whole Magan Miss Martian kind of backstory with how Garth got his powers, I really liked.
Yes.
I like how they tied that in. The second season. No. The fact that they did the whole Roy Harper, how they handle it as a clone.
Mm-hmm.
I thought that was a cool twist, and especially when just having that, like to me, like Roy was one of the most interesting characters in that, because dealing with not only the clone, but also you had that. Of course, you also had that relationship with Cheshire that was exactly reflected in the comics. That was handled very well, in my opinion.
Mm.
Especially when you tie in, of course, with that complicated, you tie in Artemis. You tie in Cheshire with Artemis, Sportsmaster, how that's all set up. I really liked Aqualad in this.
Yeah.
I love that serious nature they did with his character, and especially just kind of with that whole second season. I think it was like first or second season of just how he, finding out that his dad is Black Manta, and he takes over his side, turns against his own team, which turns out that was just basically them playing double agents. It was a whole double agent thing that was going on.
Mm-hmm.
But one of my favorite things about Justice League, and this has happened in season 2, was how they did Static's origin. Hello? Anybody?
Yeah.
I've been listening. I didn't watch that.
Oh, okay. I was just wondering for Mads or.
No, I'm just letting you go on partially because also there's, as you can probably pick up, there's lots of noise in the hallway right now.
Right. No, how they handled Static's origin, and then just come from somebody who grew up loving Static Shock.
Yeah.
Stuff. So. By the way, JJ, if you're gonna do the whole Black Superman, you should have done Icon. Just saying.
Yeah, Icon. Steel.
Mm-hmm. Giant.
Okay, I've said this in a number of chats. I will say this actually probably for the first time actually live with my own voice.
Mm-hmm.
The script is not written yet.
Okay.
He doesn't even need to. The submission date for it is actually December.
Okay.
So the only thing that they have said is it will be a Superman and it's going to be black. The anything beyond that, I am taking as just conjecture, theories, that kind of stuff.
Mm-hmm.
Because, and I'm also taking this as kind of a telephone type situation. Because most reporters, when they hear Superman, they're automatically going to assume Kal-El or Clark Kent. Because I am looking at this as a very normie type standpoint. I mean, the average person doesn't know that there are actually 2 Supermen in the multiverse that both share the name Kal-El.
Mm-hmm.
And one does have a bit more of a chocolate flair to him. I'm just saying.
Right, and that's
but his entire
universe
is.
Mm-hmm.
So this is why, every time I see people, because I understand the concerns about the race swapping. We don't know anything really about the story at this point.
Exactly. It's very vague for now.
Mm-hmm.
You only have the confirmation, and that's a great point, Mads.
Mm-hmm.
And I'm not, and like I said, I've already beat this beaten this horse to death. I'm not going into my own personal explanations why I won't support this. So,
and that's it. Setting aside your reasons for not wanting to support it, being the person involved.
Yep.
Yeah.
There's really no other reason to get upset about it because
Mhm.
there's no story. I mean, at least let's get the story written before
Yeah,
we get
story written
pissed off
before.
about the rest of it.
Mm-hmm. So we'll see. Yeah. Yes. This is. I think it's a great way to put it. Just wait and see, because nothing has been set in stone yet. You know, I have like official confirmation. Just kind of how the script handle who is actually they're referring to, because they said there was very vague on saying Kal-El, knowing the fact that there's multiple characters who actually use the name Kal-El. So it is a toss up. It's but what's it? What's it still? No, I'm thinking of something. I was thinking of Johnny Rich, but I forgot. Was he introduced live action? I was like, was he introduced in CW? Maybe, I'm not sure. But I just need to go on this. I can't bring up the R2 stuff just because, it was on freaking comic. It was like listen to the comic book roundtable on Loki's stream. And, you know, them going over the CW stuff, and I'm just like, and it's just kind of going things that I loved personally. And they went for like hours, you know, going to just kind of with the Flash specifically. And I brought up that I thought the first season was excellent, and I thought the second season was absolutely brilliant. I'm just going in. I'm just
thinking about.
So, because you bring up Calvin Ellis, you bring up Earth 2, and it's making me think of Jay Garrick, Golden Age Flash. Because I loved how that was done throughout the second season. I loved that it was, you know, John Wesley Shipp got to play Golden Age Jay Garrick, which I absolutely adored. And I know Mads is a huge JSA fan.
Just seeing John Wesley Shipp in there alone, just even as the dad, was just a huge swoon for me. But when they did the Crisis on Infinite Earths and they showed the picture of him in his original suit,
Yeah,
I was a teenager again. Oh my god.
No, and you know what the thing is like aside from my reasons why I hate that, I like that they tied everything in. I did like that how they brought in the Adam West show was part of the multiverse. I like that. They even have the original Robin.
They brought in Brandon Routh.
Yeah, they let Brandon Routh take on the suit. Yeah, they let Brandon Routh take on the suit one more time. And you could tell how happy he was doing that. Because I did like that. I did like Brandon Routh.
I struggled with his character initially.
As Adam?
With his Arrowverse character initially. Yes, as Ray Palmer. Because it was jarring for me.
Mm-hmm.
Seeing him in a DC universe, but not as Clark.
Yeah.
So it took me a bit to learn to really take to Ray, but he's such a lovable damn character. I mean, it's kind of like you know, Mark according to Mark with the C, you know.
Mm-hmm.
No matter what the character, he's just damn lovable. You can't help it.
Like I've said this between with the first two seasons of Legends of Tomorrow, it's between him and White Canary, the two best things about it. But it was great seeing that, you know, freaking ran around, take on the suit one more time. It was great it was a nice. It was the fact that it's like they acknowledged that like one, they acknowledged the original Birds of Prey from the WB. That was a nice nod. That was part of the multiverse. Smallville, Tom Welling back as far. Although that was probably squandered because we didn't get that. You didn't get the Superman that he would have become at the end of Smallville, though.
Well, I think it was something about his contract that he actually wasn't supposed to be shown in the suit. if I remember
Right.
correctly.
Right.
And the fact that they still respected that for me was a nice touch. I mean, I know a lot of people wanted to see him in the suit, and that was just kind of the whole thing.
Mm-hmm.
It's that double-edged sword.
It's that double-edged sword. It is. That's a great way to put it. Yeah, it is a double-edged sword.
If they had shown him in the suit, there are people that would have been upset about that.
Mm-hmm. And something to keep in mind is that it's like you had like Tom Welling would have had big shoes to fill, considering that we have had a live action in before with Christopher Lee.
Mm-hmm.
That's big shoes to fill. So,
Lee, Dean Cain.
Dean Cain, Lois and Clark.
Because he did do a decent Superman.
Mm-hmm.
I just didn't like his Lois.
You just didn't like the Lois?
Oh. I struggle with her on the best of days.
On the best of days, okay. It's character or the actress?
The actress.
Okay.
And alone, that's what it is.
Okay.
For me, it's just like the one that played Rogue in the X-Men movies.
Oh, what's her name?
Anna Paquin.
Anna Paquin. Was she kind of?
I despise her.
Like, okay. Off topic.
But she's Canadian. I thought all of you people love each other.
Hell no.
Like, did you ever feel like Anna Paquin just kind of phoned it in, just kind of dead, kind of had that dead stare as Rogue, though?
She did.
It irritated me, and I talked about it with a friend who was a Vampire Diaries fan.
Mm-hmm.
She has this irritating ability to take these really strong female characters, like Sookie Stackhouse, like Rogue, and turn them into damsels in distress, and it pisses me off to no end.
Mm-hmm. Of course, we're not going to get into the. We're not going to get into the
kind of like Cassandra Cain.
We're not going to get
kind of like Cassandra Cain in Birds of Prey.
We're not going to get into the X-Men film, which shall not be named, because Mads goes off on a freaking tangent about that. But yes, Anna Paquin I was just like, you know what? You got the look for Rogue, but you had that dead stare throughout most of the three films you were in, even in the alternate cut of Days of Future Past, the Rogue cut. It was kind of a similar thing, though. I was like, we never got. It was like, we didn't get a good.
She screamed more than spoke.
Mm-hmm. It's sad because it's like we haven't got a good Rogue, and I think personally for me the closest person is like I think the perfect Rogue for me is probably Alexandra Daddario.
She would do a decent one. I'll give her that. The best one I've seen so far was actually from a fan film.
What was the name of the fan film?
I'm trying to remember. It was a Gambit movie.
Oh, was it from the Gambit fan film?
Yeah, that's the one.
That was awesome. That was freaking awesome.
Oh, I haven't seen that one.
Like
Alexandra Daddario being Rogue. I was not even aware of this.
That was just my pick.
Mm-hmm.
Oh.
And like I said, like the same, like the art, like the person who did the Gambit, that fan film did a much better job with Gambit than I think Channing Tatum did in Origins. Just me, my opinion.
The movie, the Wolverine Origins, that wasn't Channing Tatum.
Oh, that wasn't Tatum?
No, that was
Taylor Kitsch. Because I was thinking that does like they was planning Channing Tatum to be Gambit.
No, it's just been rumored that he was going to play him, but
Yeah.
Taylor Kitsch was just like
Taylor Kitsch did a decent job with the script he was given. Like, I did like a lot of his aspects.
Mm-hmm.
It's just, unfortunately, that whole movie was...
It's dog shit.
It was dodgy. I liked the overall movie
Mm-hmm.
right up until that last bit with what they did to Wade. Because I'm not calling him Deadpool.
I can't even with it. Don't even get me started on that.
But I did like Wade in the beginning.
We did. We all did.
Trapped in an elevator with guys on a high protein diet. This is the life.
It actually makes me love Deadpool 2 more just because that ending scene where they.
You're welcome, Canada.
He shot him right there. Oh my god, that's brilliant. Also that moment where that moment, the ending where he had I had found the perfect script and it would show Green Lantern.
Oh yeah.
Speaking of which, Green Lantern was a waste. A complete waste on that one.
Yeah.
Especially bad considering the fact that you actually have the perfect Sinestro in Mark Strong.
They had a lot of really perfect hits on that movie.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, Kilowog alone.
You got Django Fett to play Abin Sur.
Right.
That was a good casting there. I like that.
Yeah,
I didn't like Ryan Reynolds though. He just wasn't really Hal Jordan to me.
Ryan can hit now. I think he can do it. It's just
I'm if I had to put my finger anywhere when it came to that movie as to what went wrong with it, it would land solely on the same spot that Thor Ragnarok went wrong.
And what was that?
Because they have a person in common,
Who was that?
Yeah, Taika Waititi.
Oh, right. That's right.
Yeah,
that explains a lot.
Right. I did not realize
keep him away from superhero movies.
Was he the writer on Green Lantern, or was he the sole director?
I don't remember, and give me a bet I will find that out.
Yeah, look it up.
He was in both, dumpster fires. So
right.
I'm generally not one to lay blame on a person, but I'm just going to say there's a common factor there. Because I've said it a number of times, especially back when they had announced Batfleck, and everyone was upset about him. Like, it takes a lot of people to make a crappy movie. You can't just put the blame on one person. But
you can't put the blame on one person. No.
Have you ever watched Manos: The Hands of Fate?
That's like a classic in bad film, man. Come on. It's like a classic. But proceed. Oh, never mind. No, I did not know that. And I love it. It was really dude. Okay, bro. No.
Showback, the X-Men animated Rogue actually had good curves.
Well, let's not. You know what? Now I'm thinking about what you were saying with what's her name who played Rogue, in a back one. I was like, it's like for the dead face, and yet we also had a much better Rogue in X-Men Evolution.
Yeah, that was a good take on her.
X-Men Evolution was like fantastic the whole way through.
Yeah.
The movie did just kind of with the way they kind of did the whole Young X-Men look too. Something that we didn't get, it was funny. We drew. It was funny when I did that Jubilee drawing and I looked it up. And I was like, we only had like one or two scenes with Jubilee, and both like the original, like one scene in like I think it was like X2 or X3, and then only a few scenes in like Apocalypse, or barely a scene in Apocalypse too. We didn't get. That's okay. Did you hear about that?
What?
Did you hear about Taika macking on both was it what's her name? Rita Ora and Tessa Thompson.
I saw the pictures.
I saw the face. I was like, bruh.
That was a weird ass. What the fuck's going on?
Don't ask. I know who Rita Ora is. I do.
Now I know what they mean by Love and Thunder.
Mm-hmm. I was like,
The name of that movie is going to be Grip.
It's gonna be shit.
Okay, to my knowledge, from what I've been digging around, he didn't have any actual control in Green Lantern. But you know what? I'm just saying, there's a connecting factor there.
There's too many factors there. It's like,
They're both crappy. They both movies that failed. In common thread there. Just saying.
common thread, yeah, very common thread, and it's just like it's just so many things wrong. It's like there's a lot of great, like when you were bringing up, there's just like it's like we don't have Michael Clark Duncan isn't with us anymore.
Mm-hmm.
So we did get Kilowog. Yeah, Grace Kilowog. We had the perfect Sinestro in Mark Strong.
The guy who played Tomar Ray was also pretty good. I like his voice for him.
Yes, see, for me with the new series, it's Kilowog is going to be my hard sell.
Mm-hmm.
Because Michael Clark Duncan had the perfect voice for him.
The perfect voice for that. You have to hit the new one, just like very. Oh, Apollo Bruce said he made a new meme.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I want to know where he put it at. There's only 70 repositories where he dumps it. Jacob Archer, you have yourself a great day.
Have a
Have a great day, Jacob.
Bye, Jake.
Oh my goodness. So lost the train of thought because we went from one thing to the next.
Yeah, it's Shellback. If they do not have that in the second Marvel movie, Ms. Marvel movie, or Captain Marvel, or whatever the frig you want to call it.
Oh,
if they don't have
Marvels,
that, you guys will be seeing rant just as badly as I did after the Marie Antoinette movie. I sat through that entire piece of garbage, that Kristen Dunst Marie Antoinette movie, just to see her head get lopped off.
Wait, which film are we talking about?
Captain Marvel.
Yep, the Captain Marvel number 2.
What did Kirsten Dunst was Kirsten Dunst a Captain Marvel?
I'm getting there.
Okay.
I sat through the entire Marie Antoinette, garbage movie with Kirsten Dunst, and that's another one of those actresses like Anna Paquin that I can't stand. I sat through that just to watch her head get lopped off. So when they got credits, she's driving away in her little chariot, I'm like, off with her head, damn it!
I take to it as you weren't a fan of her invitation as Mary Jane in the Sam Raimi films.
I didn't like her.
I guess I'm probably the only person. I'm probably the only person who did.
I liked her in the first one. I liked her in the first movie, but then after that, she became kind of a bitch.
Yes.
A lot of guys liked her in
she just wasn't movie
because she
enough.
she was in the rain. Just saying.
Wait, was that?
A lot of guys like.
Just wasn't really
a lot of guys like that rain scene. Go ahead.
Yeah.
Plus, it was probably the real life Ginger though. Probably the actual hair. Probably that real life hair color for MJ though.
Well, they got Bryce Dallas Howard to play Gwen in the Spider-Man 3, and she's a redhead, a natural redhead.
Yeah, we were bringing up. That if it's like with the Sam Raimi trilogy, if one thing they could change was that they probably could have changed to where it just started with Gwen Stacy instead of Mary Jane, and I agree with that. Just for the
I like how they were setting things
right.
up in Spectacular Spider-Man, that cartoon.
Mm-hmm.
Like they were setting up things. But I fucking hated Gwen in that series. She's fucking annoying.
Mm-hmm.
I like Gwen. I was kind of mixed on Gwen in what was it Andrew Garfield's run?
Oh yeah.
I did like, and I like Emma Stone. I wasn't a close to Emma Stone, but
I liked her in that one, but I just didn't really like her in the Spectacular Spider-Man cartoon. I don't know, she's kind of annoying and stupid.
She reminded me a lot of the Gwen in Spectacular Spider-Man. Reminded me of how they handled her character in the Ultimates. the Ultimate Spider-Man run, because they based it a
Oh, I see.
lot of the stuff based on the Ultimate run.
Yeah.
Of course, Spectacular is a great series, though.
Yeah.
Gwen's
Gwen's like the only character I don't like in that show because all the characters are fantastic in that series.
Oh, it's absolutely fantastic.
Like the most interesting stuff with that show was with the supporting cast. Like that was just like well done.
Supporting cast was really strong.
Yeah, like Flash
But
had a really good
you only
arc.
got like two. You only got like a few scenes of Black Cat, and that was
Yeah, 2
absolutely
seasons.
perfect. The way they handled it, the way they held they held the whole symbiote arc was fantastic. I like the idea that they
That
made
was
Peter
awesome.
and Eddie actually high school friends, and they
Yeah. And they also did that with him and Flash. They were actually like friends as well. Like when they were like in nursery school or whatever.
We're not gonna get that Flash. We are not gonna. I am so. You know, it brings us that up because we're not gonna get that Flash Thompson that I absolutely.
I like the Flash in the Amazing Spider-Man movies. I thought he was fine.
It did. No, what I meant was we're not gonna get the.
Yeah, in the Disney ones. We're not gonna get that
because and it's a shame too because so one of my favorite I love Flash's arc in the comics.
Oh yeah, when he becomes Agent Venom.
When he becomes Agent Venom, I love that. When he served in the military, lost both of his legs, and then becomes Agent Venom, and that's actually a really good arc. That's the whole run. That whole run of Venom was really good. And we're not gonna get there. I'm not gonna get into the. I'm not gonna get into Iron Boy.
Oh fuck that!
Tony Stark Jr.
Yeah, I'm just reading the chat.
Iron Boy.
Lola, thank you so much.
I love
Really,
listening
Lola,
how
thank you.
Sit here. This is what it's like. This is what it's like when you're just with her. It's like she's very mellow. And I don't think it's just mellow. It's just excitement. It's just like seductive excitement. It's almost like Matt's is playing with us at times.
And Shellback, I'm with you. I like Ryan Reynolds as Hal Jordan.
Do you ever get the sense that Ryan Reynolds was more fitting to more of a Kyle Rayner than a Hal Jordan?
More as a Barry Allen. I guess he was as a Barry Allen more so than Hal.
Mm-hmm.
But I always wanted Nathan Fillion to play Hal Jordan. He's a little bit too old now.
Well, yeah.
Mm-hmm.
I guess.
Ryan Reynolds is good at playing that smartass, which is kind of where I did like his Hal Jordan.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. Sorry, reading on. I like Shellback too. I liked Green Lantern, DBZ movie, and Last Airbender movie until someone told me they sucked. Okay, full disclosure. The Last Airbender. Awesome one. For a full disclosure, The Last Airbender is one of those few movies I went into actually already irritated, which is why I generally try to encourage people to go into them with an open mind.
Mm-hmm.
But as soon as I heard that he was changing Aang's name, I was already he went from they changed the main character's name.
So they made Bruce Wayne Bruce Wang instead in the next Batman movie. Mr. Wang.
You know, I hear people talk about that, and I think for a moment in my head, we're going to finally have that Shadow Warrior movie that they've been threatening us with.
Oh,
listen,
awesome one. If you haven't seen the cartoon, definitely go back and watch it.
You don't understand what you're missing out. I put Avatar: The Last Airbender up there with Batman the Animated Series, and Justice League is my favorite cartoon of all time.
Definitely.
Like
just the amount of research that they went into it alone, mad respect. Because each one of the different bending styles is based off of an actual martial art, even to the point of Toph has her own separate version of her bending is different from the actual earth bending. in which styles they based it off of.
Mantis style.
Mhm. Like Manta style versus Hungar.
Mm-hmm.
So
I could do a whole stream on Avatar and geek out on that, but I'm not going to.
that would be fun.
That would be fun.
Shoot, I'd actually
That would
say
be fun to
that.
do just a straight up watch along.
Right?
Let's go to Odyssey and do that.
Oh, we should do a watch party of something.
We'll go to
Oh
Odyssey.
wait,
and
by the
do
way,
that.
when I was on the Orville, because I forgot what her name is, Weather Girl. She does Wednesday streams with doing Avatar. She asked me what was my favorite episodes, and I told her it was straight up Crossroads of Destiny.
Oh, so
That's the season. That's the book 2 finale.
No, did you hear they're actually doing a third Airbender?
Is Mike and Brian going to be head front of that, or
I'm not sure. No,
Yeah,
there
then I'm
was
probably
talk
not
of them
interested.
originally.
I'm probably not interested.
I will watch it out of curiosity.
I'm
with you. I struggled with Korra on a lot of aspects.
I did, yeah. There was a lot of things I liked about Korra, but kind of in retrospect, there was definitely a few things I'm not a fan. I was definitely not a fan of. There's plenty of things I was not a fan of.
Mhm.
I don't know if you want to get into that. Okay. I mean, aside from the shipping crap that was going on between the second, which it was throughout book 2. It was throughout the second season, and it was throughout bits of the third season and into the final season, which that felt that ending was just meant to appease the shippers.
I don't even know where that came from. I
What, the
watched the entire.
Coruscantis?
Yeah, I watched watching the entire thing. Her ending up with crap. The two girls ending up together just felt completely out of left field for me.
Other than that, I just wasn't a fan. It just kind of because that kind of ruined the second book for me, and then that was made up in the third book.
I still haven't forgiven them for disconnecting
some of the
from Aang.
handling of some of the handling of just kind of the original cast is just I was good at some points, but I feel like there should have been more exploring of that though.
Sokka.
Mm-hmm.
I want to know what happened to Sokka afterwards. That was the one.
Mm-hmm.
I'm in the fan belief that Sokka is one of Toph's baby daddies.
What a test! Yeah, a lot of people are thinking.
I'm in that fan theory. But I have a hard time believing that Sokka did not have kids. He was such a family man to start with.
I'm still in that camp that he still ended up with Suki.
Mm-hmm.
So that's just me.
Which would be why Toph never admitted who
was the
who was the dad of the one. I'm drawing a blank on her name. It was Lin and the other one. Stop pressing buttons, yo. You're not even on camera.
Oh, okay. Is that Buddy?
Yep.
Other than that,
it was nice seeing old Toph though.
It was nice seeing the old Toph at the very end. I like that. I like that.
I really wanted to see her kick ass though.
Mm-hmm. We didn't get much of that.
No.
Just the whole thing with Kuvira as the antagonist for that final book. It just really irked me.
It just irked me that Toph came over, rescued her family, and did nothing against Kuvira. I really wanted to see her go down against.
Mm-hmm.
I think I honestly I wouldn't have cared if that's how they ended it. In fact, I probably would have been honestly happier.
Mhm. I just so Mako's character I've really liked. I really like considerably, and I just hated that they kind of way they did his character to be kind of the lackey to the Prince of the Earth King, of the new Earth King, and in the final book, just because I think he really came to his own, and with him and his brother, which I absolutely adored completely. My favorite character in Legend of Korra is without a doubt Tenzin.
Mhm.
Tenzin, period. Especially in book 3 when he went straight up beast mode. That is Aang's son right there.
I know. Like when they were doing the showing off in book 3, and he takes his robe off. My jaw was on the floor. I'm like,
I was like,
for real.
speaking of which, book 3 gave us without doubt the best villain in the entire series was Zahir.
Yep.
That was brilliant. Absolutely loved it. It's like overall Legend of Korra I did like. It's just there was definitely a lot of flaws, a lot of things I didn't like in the process. Just how stuff
There was
handled.
a lot of stories that needed expanding on.
A lot of stuff that needed expanding on. I think I did like it's Korra as a character. I really liked. I didn't think she was Mary Sue at all.
Yes, we're still talking Airbender. Just the second one, the Book of Korra.
Legend of Korra, yeah.
That one.
I will not deny that I think one of the best things about Legend of Korra was the animation.
Mm-hmm.
The freaking fight scenes were fucking incredible.
For me, the one I will always struggle with is they disconnected her from the previous incarnations.
Right. I'm
They could have done the same thing that
I'm
they did
kind of
with
mixed
Aang.
on the spiritual. Like with book 2, I'm kind of mixed on the spiritual, the whole thing, the kind of spiritual aspect.
Mm-hmm.
Especially with having a bunch of spirits lying around. And and I agree with you. Her not having that deeper of a connection to the past avatars, even with Aang, in a way, it was
I mean, the end of the end of book 1, when Aang fixes her, that was a beautiful moment for me. I was totally giddy. But I really wanted them to do the similar story that they did when Aang got disconnected from his past lives. Because as much as that wasn't shown in the cartoon, it was a separate story that was actually done in the comics, where he actually had to go through the spirit realm and track down his previous 4 incarnations in order to reconnect with everyone.
Also, and there was a lot of, and like you said, there was a lot of stories that I think was probably just left unchecked. Is like, for one, I really liked Zuko in this.
Mm-hmm.
I like how they handled Zuko, especially just that whole moment where Zuko realizes that Korra actually talked to Iroh. Spirit world. I was, what?
Yeah, that was another one of those character pop-ups that was just like... Everyone loved Iroh. Come on.
I love that. That was a great character, but I think if there was one character that I really wanted to know what really happened to, that was Azula.
From what I remember from the comics, I can
the search. Yeah, that was the search, and that was because let's bring this up. First off, to me, Azula was one of the best characters in The Last Airbender.
She was.
To me, she's one of the best tragic characters. And I like that they actually continued that in the comics. Especially one thing I did like about the search is that they really fleshed out what happened to Zuko's mother.
Yeah.
And why she did have to, and find out that was an arranged marriage with shit, I forgot his name. Completely forgot his name now.
Ozai.
Mark Hamill. Mark Hamill's kid.
Ozai.
Ozai. Yeah, that was a whole arranged marriage with Ozai, and why she had to basically abandon him. And then Zuko, that was a really strong thing, and that was something that's like Zuko can forgive her for, but it was something that Azula can't.
Because she knows she wouldn't have done it for Azula.
Mm-hmm. Just like that final. Just like what was it? Was it that final episode?
Mm-hmm.
That final episode where we just watched Azula just have such a complete mental breakdown.
Mm-hmm. Still, one of the best fight scenes was her versus Katara and Zuko.
Mm-hmm.
That was one of the best fight scenes in the entire series.
Absolutely.
Grumpy old Ninja Kentaro, we really hope you get your arm to feeling better and you can do stuff.
I will say that struggle. Yeah, same here.
Yes.
I did because the animation is fantastic. So well done. I did like the idea how season 2 set up the whole fact that how the season started when you said so many new people become airbenders all of a sudden. I do
like that they made Tenzin one of the new airbenders. Sorry, Boomy.
Boomy, yeah, absolutely.
Yeah.
Absolutely.
He's a boomer.
Boomy is great. I like Kaya's character a lot. I like Kaya. Is this being image of her mom? I did like how they set up the fact that I did like that because they did flesh out more of Tenzin's family, which I wish they kind of did more of, to be honest. Oh man, there's so many things I did like though. They did this thing. One of the things I did like about Korra was the world. I loved how they handled the whole. I love how they handled it with the turn of the century, with it being a 1920s.
Yeah,
you set up in the 1920s, and I love how they set that up. I love how they kind of with the whole thing with Republic City, have you going to the more the industrial age.
and that's why I'm intrigued about the next one. Because it is going to be an earthbender, and it's going to be an earthbender more in similar to this time.
This time,
yeah.
How far are we terming like decades further
Again,
down?
Similar deck, like closer to what we're in now. So you'll have having
technology has fully advanced.
Yes,
so far though. And somebody bring up and say guns can't be a thing. There was this whole debate about in the inclusion of like firearms in an Avatar world because bending is a primary form. Man, it's a lot of thought. It's a lot of thought. It's just I'm probably not interested just because. I ended up liking Carl. I just didn't care very much. It's not The Last Airbender, and it's not the original creators, Mike and Brian, who are back on. By the way, Mike Ray, who went on to do The Dragon Prince on Netflix.
Like for me, it is going to have that side factor, knowing I'm not going to get to see the previous incarnations that I love.
And there was still a lot of mysteries unchecked, and especially just because the funny thing is because The Last Airbender introduced so many side characters we ended up loving that we wanted to know what happened to them. in the
Even the
intervening
Cabbage
time
Man.
as well.
Even the running gag of the Cabbage Man, that was a lovable side character.
That was a local side character. I like Jin. I like that little. You remember was it Tales of Bossing Say?
Hmm.
One of my favorite episodes.
Yeah.
Love to see what would have happened with Jin's character. Holy shit! There's so many characters. Jesus Christ.
Didn't they kill him?
My Ty Lee. I know Ty Lee joined the Kyoshi Warriors at the very end.
Yeah.
Oh, really? Yeah, they did. Yes, they did. Mm-hmm. That's why I'm not. I'm not looking forward to that. That's why I'm really. That,
Yeah,
so.
and that's why I'm unsure about when it comes to the third one, which is going to be animated.
Mm-hmm.
I'm not sure if they are connected or not, but I know they walked off the live action one.
Yeah.
Stop pressing buttons.
I don't know. We'll see. I guess this just has to be a wait and see thing for me. Let me see where are we? Okay, yo. Okay, yeah, we've been really going into this for a long time, but yeah. But hey, it's so nice how far we're getting on. So we'll maybe go for another half hour, at least get her fully done, because I haven't figured out the background yet, and it's still recording.
Nice.
I'm still recording it. Bruce, how you doing? I know you've been very quiet over there.
Been working on my girls here.
Let's see him. Nice.
I got my Ice Devil. And a Orc Shaman. My Elven Sniper, been a little quiet working on him. Got a few details to work on Donkey. Donkey is always important. And I'm getting ready to wrap up this guy here. I don't know what he is.
Okay.
They gave me a figure. Paint it. Okay, fine. Fatal J, I'll get you a Mandalorian, I promise.
I was like, I was gonna ask, where did you get your figures from?
There's a couple manufacturers. The store I go to, my primary store is called Night Watch Games.
Mm-hmm.
And that's on the north side of San Antonio. Voted the #1 retailer in 2019 by the Gamma Trade Association, which is the union of gaming shops across the world. So I'm lucky enough to live within 20 minutes of that, and I go there, and they have various figures that are done by Reaper, which is these guys. Reaper Miniatures is out of Denton, Texas.
Mm-hmm.
And then you have WizKids, which they do a lot of official D&D figurines. Here's some of their Frost Giants. I still need to work on these guys. Here's another Reaper figure. But WizKids and Reaper both get all their items printed out overseas, but Reaper just now started this year printing out their figures from here in Texas. So here's one of their Texas figurines. And I need to get more colors on this little leprechaun or gnome, whatever you want to call them. But that's where I get my figures from. And I actually haven't bought a whole lot in the past, maybe 10 months. No, probably about 2 years.
Mm-hmm.
And I've been working on getting what I have colored up. And what I'll usually do, I'll just start getting colors put on the paper. And I'll wet it down. It's a stay wet palette. So I can cover it up and it'll stay wet for a few days. And then once I see a figure where there's a vacancy for a color I need that I've got, I just start working on it. That's the creation process.
And I see Northern I see Northern in the chat. That's awesome. Northern, let me know if you want to come on anytime this summer. Love to have you on just because I kind of have an idea for the summer, for the Sunday streams moving forward.
Yeah, Dynamite Girl is.
I don't know if you guys want to hear that.
I think I know the idea. And if it's what
It's
I'm
gonna-
thinking of, definitely down for it.
It's going to involve bikinis a lot.
Yep.
Just
I'm down for it.
Okay.
Yeah.
See,
I'll toss in the girl I'm working on.
yeah, we're just drawing a lot of bikinis, like one for each week, each Sunday. Just summer. Just get to summer shit. I'm gonna do a redraw of one of my other pieces I did like 2 years ago. Anyway, for the summer, this summer as well. It's gonna be fun. But yeah, let me know if you want to jump in on that. And it's just gonna be just all summer themed stuff. So, hey Java.
Hey, Java.
Oh my
Hey, Javamation Studios. Here's some little oinkers I painted up.
Jabba the Hutt.
no.
Got a couple more details to do on those guys, but they're really tiny.
Baby back, ribs.
Brightest Day and I are talking right now, and I'll just let this out because it was in public in the chat at Colorstream this afternoon. But him and I are discussing possibly working together on the same streams. He does a very model-based stream, so that'd be another place you'd be able to pick me up during the week if you want more Bruce.
And who doesn't want more Bruce? Don't answer that question. I know Bruce is good with Steven and Steven, part of the original. So we gotta get Bruce back on like Rogue Entertainment or something. Maybe one of these Saturdays when I host Rogue, if you want to come on, Bruce.
You know, that'd be fine. I just have to not be running a game.
Oh, that's right. That's right. You run your game streams on Saturdays.
Yes. Sorry about that.
Yeah, it's gonna be a lot of changes going on at the end of the summer. So it won't be so a lot of stuff will be changing. I'll get into it. I'll get more into it once we reach near the end of this season. I'll talk more about it. But it's just as unexpected though, so we'll do. But we're good at it. We're good for it. But it's and of course August 23rd is the 1 year anniversary. So we may move that 1 year anniversary to the 22nd. Just have that be Sunday.
It's close enough.
It's close enough.
See where that'd be a bad thing.
And technically, it falls on the Sunday before the anniversary, so technically, it could be an anniversary stream. It could be a season finale plus an anniversary stream.
And you could rebroadcast it on the day.
Oh, that's a great idea. I can do that. Just like to re-upload, just like maybe like a Saturday, maybe like the Saturday before we could do. I could just repost the original, our first straw stream. First straw stream.
Would rip it.
That's what I was thinking of. We do like a rip track. So just rip on the first stream it did.
Just don't rip mine. I don't want to embarrass myself.
No, this is on my channel, man. First thing, 1 year anniversary, man.
I'm not doing it on my channel for myself. I'm not doing that at all.
I joked about how far we came from, and it feels like everything in the audio set up and just trying to figure shit out to start.
Yeah. And you could repost that with just the tag of when Makini meet Mads.
Makini Live was born.
Hey, Tim, I'm not on Twitter. I'm not on Twitter.
So I know a boy. Okay, Bruce, you gotta. I know it vaguely, but you gotta explain to me the whole Dix division. 'Cause I know it's coming from Comics division, but there's like a
Dix?
specific lore behind.
No, there's really not.
Okay.
I went into a comics division. I think it was a Thursday night stream,
Hmm.
and Toxic Man Flu, God bless him,
Oh,
one of
he's
the funnier people that's in the discords. And if you want to
yeah,
talk to
he
me,
is a hoot.
bump into me on Discord. That's where I'm at. I do a lot of Discord stuff, except when I'm on streams. I have to turn it off because it's just anyway. TMF is out there with a Toxic Man Flu of Dick's division. I'm like, oh shit, we got a clan for comics now? Fuck yeah. So I immediately, okay, how do I change my name on YouTube? Because I've never had to change it. It's always been the same thing, right? So I go and I change my name after I've learned how to do this. And I did that. And then I realized that comics had been talking that he was going to be AFK for a while. He was going to be out of the game because he's
Got surgery.
Yeah, he had an inguinal hernia, I believe, and he had to get that taken care of. Most of the time, that's a real easy operation. You're back on your feet. You could be doing labor within 6 weeks. And hopefully he's got no complications. I've not heard anything from him, so I can only assume, and I'm going to assume here, that he is doing well. But the Awesome One, Toxic Man Flu, is in a lot of comics division, a lot of Culture Casino, and a lot of Fat Steven Seagal stuff. So if you hub around there, if those are your main three, you'll bump into Toxic Man Flu quite a bit. But he comics division is supposedly on the mend, doing pretty well. He should be back here in a few weeks. He's just wanting to take some time off, and I get it. You know, he's coming out of a surgery. It's not a comfortable time because the entire time you're coming out of an inguinal surgery, every movement you make, every belch, every shifting in your chair, you activate your stomach muscles, which have been ruptured since you had everything cut open. So it's not a real fun prospect. I'm sure there's equal surgeries of pain for women. But
C-section. It's the exact same thing.
Yeah. And that's just the closest thing I could think about, but I didn't want to say C-section because not having a vagina, I can't really compare an inguinal hernia operation to anything.
I mean, my ex's father did a hernia surgery shortly after I had my kid, and we talked a lot about it back and forth. So yeah, I understand that it is pretty much the same thing. It is an incision through the abdominal muscles, and yeah,
you have to part ways.
Oh,
Go in and fix it. And the inguinal hernia, for those that are not medically aware, it's when part of your testosterone bag, it's your testicles have started to, or part of your body, but typically it's the testicles, are poking through a spot of your abdominal wall where they're not supposed to. They're supposed to dangle at a nice, comfortable position at the bottom of the chute. And instead, they've got to go in, cut open part of your body, and make it very uncomfortable for a few weeks while it heals up. So, it can be, you can have complications from it. It's not a foolproof surgery, but my entire thing with this was just basically, hey, man, Culture and them have a great stream. And Toxic Man Flu started something, so I'm going to give him all the credit on this. And he kind of started the support group for Comics Division, and that's what you could say I could be part of.
Okay. Speaking of which, guys, from what I know is usually the Thursday night throwdown is Yellow Park Cars. That's split between Drew, Supreme Heretic, and 32 Flavors of Nick Weiser.
And 32 Flavors of Nick Weiser did a real good job on the one they just had Thursday night with Culture. that little guy was raking down some cash.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, he's kind of new at the game. You know, Nick Weiser's still kind of new, but he doesn't have all the subscribers. So if you want a good sarcastic person, a young guy to go subscribe to 32 Flavors of Nick Weiser. You'll be entertained. I'll just leave it at that. He is a very entertaining guy.
Basically, just like entertaining as like Comics Division, just with pizza and beer added on top of it.
Yeah. Yeah, it has very much a beer and pretzels feel. So he had a good stream on Thursday, and it was good to see him raking it in the way he was. I was really enlightened because Culture just stepped away and let him do Nick Weiser things. And I've never seen a streamer do that before where they're like, hey, we're on a friend's rented channel, and we're just going to let this young guy with considerably less experience handle it all. Damn, he did good. He did fantastic. Grumpy old Ninja Kataro. Dick's Division was born Wang Monday. Established that by Thursday, mere weeks ago, Comics is hanging in there. Jeremy, too. He had the same surgery a day before Comics. Good deal. Good deal. It's a painful surgery. I mean, for the first week, you're like, I'm not moving. I'm not doing a thing.
My heart goes out to those guys. They brought me a cup of tea the next morning, and oh god, I'm hearing myself.
Okay. Lost
But yeah, it went down the wrong tube. I got into a coughing fit, and dear God, I wanted to die.
That's the most dangerous thing during that recuperation.
Yeah, I actually did pop a stitch in that coughing fit.
I do not want to pop a stitch.
No, because it's worse getting it repaired.
Okay. Whoa.
What was that?
No.
Wasn't me.
Stunning and brave. I know it wasn't you, bro. That could only be one person. Boomer Key.
No. There we go.
That's one.
Okay, back to it. From where were we? Okay,
She is looking good,
looks
bro.
of things. From the looks of things, it looks like we can wrap this up here. I'm not even close to done with this one, mainly because I still got the background and such to do. But for the most part, a good chunk of this is done here, and I think for the 2.5 hours we went, I think that's a lot of progress just for what we got here. All right.
Who's the
I
other
ended my
girl from King of
recording,
Fighters?
so we're saving it.
Hey,
All
Mom,
right.
who's
Yes.
the other girl from the King of Fighters that every guy likes to play against? Not Miss Thigh, the thigh lady.
Angel?
I thought it was Yuffie, or she's got a mop of red hair, dangles over her eyes. I don't know. I'll have to send you the video.
Send me the video.
Yeah. All right, go ahead. Walk us to the edge.
Okay. 1 second. All right. Okay. All right, guys. Let's go ahead and wrap this up. All right. First up, Stunning Brave, make it sound stunning. Thanks for sticking with us. What you got there?
Hold up. Got my Spider-Man villains going.
Ooh, that's gonna look good.
Nice.
Yeah. So I was able to get Doc Ock work done. Hold on. There you go. There's Doc Ock. There's the Goblin. And I put Venom because I put my 3 favorite villains in front and center. But then I have Sandman working in, kind of sketching in Electro, Mysterio. It's got Vulture in the back. I'm trying to sketch in a little lizard. And then we got Rhino. So Yeah. And then I'm going to put a shocker and maybe a scorpion up here, too. Just to
Okay.
fill that out.
Tell them where they can find you.
You can find me on my channel, Sunny and Brave Megatron. Yeah.
Okay. All right, links for that will be in the description. Next up, that's
Fuck
my
yeah.
Mads. Tell them where they can find you, sweetheart.
Hey guys, you can find me at Mads Mama Bear here on YouTube, Mads Mama Bear Doll on Twitter, which
I'm not an AI. Sorry, I was responding to the chat.
It's okay. No, admittedly, I'm more active on Twitter nowadays. Having a bad habit of, dropping content on here, and then life getting absolutely crazy. So, but tomorrow you can also find me with the Chaos Central crew at about 8:30 Eastern. Sorry, little one is yeah, little one's getting ready for dinner. Sweet pea, what did you want for dinner?
Macaroni and cheese.
Did you hear that?
Yes.
That's what it's been called for a while now.
Anything else, Mads?
No, I'll save you guys from whatever my kid is playing. Mute.
All right. Next up, Bruce Lombardo of Dick's Division.
All right, guys. If you haven't subscribed to Supreme Heretic or Brightest Day, especially if you haven't subscribed to Mads Mama Bear, those people deserve your time and attention. It'd be great if you'd be able to help them just get some numbers on the board as far as monetization is concerned. I really would like to think that there's a lot of us in Phantom Menace that are overqualified for certain topics and such, but because of the way we state things, sometimes we are not preferred by the algorithm. Anyway, with that being said, I appreciate the time you've spent with us today over at Makini 90's channel. You can see him every Sunday. He does this creative stream. He's also out there all over the place. Me, myself, I'm going to start broadening my reach. I already do a intermittent series, usually on Monday nights, where I read a little bit of the book that I wrote back in 2011. And I'll be working on getting that to be more concrete in the future. If you can, subscribe to me. I'm a hobby gamer, and I do enjoy discussions about the current market and decisions there within. Makini 90, I thank you so much, sir.
All right. We got a lot here. The YouTube link won't work. What? Okay, that's weird. Okay. Anyway. Okay. Now let me share this. Just because I have a lot on. I have so much shit right here. Anyway, thank you guys so much. This will be a time lapse this week. So you are getting 3 time lapse videos this week. So yeah, plenty of content from me. Speaking of which, on Tuesday is, of course, Inked Beauties, which is my weekly series of ink time lapses. I do those every Tuesday and Thursday at 2 o'clock Pacific. Speaking of which, I'm going to give you guys a little preview of the next one.
You're going to bring her back?
That's tits.
Yep. That is going to be Tuesday's video. That's going to be Tuesday's video. Then I have one for Thursday as well.
Shellback. That'd be awesome to see you in there. We need
Yeah.
a breast examiner.
Oh my goodness. Anyway, this one here, Blue Mary, will be squeezed into that this week as well. Maybe a Wednesday or Friday, either or, whatever. But we have one video on Tuesday, one video on Thursday. Of course, draw streams on Wednesday and Friday, on Wednesday and Sunday. And then I'll have this and on maybe is a Monday or Friday. Well, whatever. Just whatever is squeezed in, just keep an eye out. But yes, you expect two live streams this week and 3 videos. So a lot of content as we're charging hard towards that 1K mark. Next up, speaking of which, on Sunday we'll start the summer beach episode portion of Makini Live. So we're going in. It's June. It's gonna get hot. So at least what we do is we need to draw some stuff that's just as hot. And I think we already started that. Other than that,
I kind of started with Darth Talon. She's barely wearing anything.
Other than that, I will be. I'm still open for commissions, so I got like 3 slots left. If anybody's interested, check my Twitter. I will open commissions up for Instagram hopefully soon this summer as well. And then I have some news from season 5 and onwards, and I'll keep you guys posted on that when the time comes. But other than that, this has been a lot of fun. As always, great to see you back here. Thank you, everybody who showed up. Thank you, the little meats who stopped by. Thank you, everybody who showed up in the chat. You guys are kicking ass always. Best chat on YouTube. And that is right about it. So, yeah, keep an eye on my channel. There's going to be plenty of new content this week. So, you guys will definitely be entertained. But until then, we'll see you guys next time. I am Makini90 Artist and Illustrator, and we'll see you all for another video or live stream. So until then, enjoy the rest of your Sunday, and much love.
Bye.
Now get out of here.
Later.
Get out of here.
You will, everybody.
Get the fuck out of our chat.